Welcome everybody to GitGud EU. It is I, Toasty, going to be joined here by Jace to bring you the coverage for the Intermediate Grand Finals. We've got Drip Council, none other than the drippy Donald Duck himself, versus Diamond Pack, the All-Irish team. So it's going to be a very interesting matchup today, as we've seen a lot of both of these teams throughout the playoffs, throughout the Swiss stages, so a lot to go off here.
Yeah, absolutely. It's my first look at both of these teams, but in the grand finals, it is going to be a first to four. I believe Drip Council are going to be the favourites for this one. Diamond Pack, they've made a little bit of a run through the lower bracket. They've managed to go through the gauntlet all the way through to the finals. So we've heard about the Irish resilience. It's something that definitely the people of Ireland are known for, and I'm sure they'll be happy, even if they aren't, that I call them resilient as a people. But nonetheless, Diamond Pack looking to maybe for the upset here. They've got 4 maps to do it, but you never know. I've seen bigger upsets in GGU history, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely, and we'll take a look at the rosters here as well. Drip Council probably going to be fielding the same roster they've been playing a lot throughout the season, and here we see it. You've got Spadicy and Evil Lurk in that tank role, who have been absolutely brilliant. As far as synergy goes, and then you've got the the DPS line as well, Split Hunter and Clyte, who I've always somehow impressed by more and more every single time I cast them, and Recon Horizon, which are just a solid support line. Can't really say too much about them. And on the other side, Diamond Pack they've got a good DPS line of their own. Flores specifically is a name I recognize as a very pop-off player. So a lot of interesting players here, and it's going to be an interesting matchup because these teams have played against each other before as well.
Yeah, and we've got Adita Chad Flores going up against Spud Hunter and Too Late. I'm definitely going to butcher that a couple times during broadcasts, but nonetheless, I think particularly at this division, we always see for the intermediate division grand finals, I think a lot of the time teams place more onus on their DPS plays than they do their tanks and supports. It's just something that we naturally see, so we're probably going to see comps like Farah, like Hanzo, like maybe Double Shield that gives your tanks a bit more sort of breathing room, a bit more room for error, as opposed to some of these faster compositions, stuff like Rush, which sort of restricts your DPS plays, to stuff like May as well. So it'll be interesting to see. I think it's just a general pattern that I've recognised, and I'm sure both of these teams will probably look to play very DPS-centric compositions today. We mentioned it just before the start of the broadcast. We went live. I believe Spud Hunter is going to be the key player for Drip Council. Do you think there's anyone on Diamond Pack that can go up against him pound for pound in the 1-for-1, Toasty, or...?
Honestly, I mean, everyone on Diamond Pack specifically, I think, has the capability to, one, deal with a carry DPS player, as that's something they've had to really go through in the intermediate division throughout the entire season, right? They played 7 Swiss games, and they had to play a lot of extra games in playoffs because they went through the lower bracket. Yeah. So they're not at all strangers to having to deal with pop-off DPS players. I think what it comes down to is that tank line for Diamond Pack, who I've always been impressed with as well whenever I go over their tape, is that they're brilliant at deciding in the spur of the moment their perfect rotations, right? That is something that I think they pride themselves on, and I think if you can do that against a projectile DPS player such as Spun Hunter, who will be playing a lot of Hanzo, a lot of the Farah, if you just rotate well, you're not going to really die as often to stray arrows or stray rockets as perhaps a lower tier team might. So Diamond Pack just need to, I think, it's not down to individual players, it's down to kind of tank line and their kind of leadership for the team.
I think we've both seen before in another tournament that we're both involved in, the power of a projectile DPS player against teams that don't rotate properly. So maybe we get another moment of Hanzo dominance that we've seen across the pond back into EU, back where we both sort of belong. But Diamond Pack, if they're clean with these rotations, if they can layer their defensive cooldowns of their tanks correctly, if they can back off this DPS, because Spud Hunter on the projectile DPS, most projectile DPS, what they're going to do is they're going to look to spam and then you'll look to overforce cooldowns from a broad composition with Diamond Pack, for example. So I think the win con for both teams is sort of all based in that rotation. If Diamond Pack can rotate safely, then they're absolutely money in. But if Drip Cancel, they're probably going to be looking to poke, extend the fight, and maybe get a couple of picks beforehand. So it's a little bit of an early guess, a little bit of an early sort of bet on how some of these fights will go, but interested to see how it develops as we go late into the series, particularly.
Yeah, absolutely. But talking about the series at all, I mean, we're starting off here on a Busan, which is going to be, I think, a varied map in terms of that kind of DPS play, like we were mentioning. I know that Drip Council are particularly a very Sigma-oriented team. They like to play the poke compositions.
Yeah.
Whether they'll be able to do that on maps like Mecha Base remains to be seen, because Brawl is extremely dominant on that map specifically. And I think if Diamondpack can just win one of the other two, they'll be fine for Mecha Base. So they need to play compositionally, they need to play well into the kind of spam that I think Drip Council would run, unless Drip Council surprise us with something different, which is unlikely, but it is always possible. You know, we've seen teams before come into grand finals with something entirely different.
Yeah, it would be a bit of a Queen's Gambit to pull out a composition you've not played all tournament in the finals, but stranger things have happened nonetheless. But I think in terms of Diamondpack for Busan, if they're more Brawl-centric, if they are more Brawl-focused, Mecha Base should be theirs. They might not get to Mecha Base, but that means that they probably end up going, and they 100% actually end up going to downtown. So I think if Diamondpack can actually high roll Mecha Base and downtown, they should be good, because if Diamondpack can play a coordinated, pretty decent 6-man against the spam composition that Drip Council are probably going to come out, hey, the 6-man, so good on downtown. In general, it's just, there we go, they high roll it. Let's see what Diamondpack wants to go with. If they roll out here on 6-man, if they take control of that on the right side, which is going to be so good at denying any balls that potentially could come out from Drip Council, then they could find themselves a first neutral fight. And we know 6-man, it snowballs so hard. You get Cole into EMP, into Tank Ultimates, into Cole again, into EMP again. So we're on the train map, and for Diamondpack, if they play this first fight correctly, then the train could absolutely be rolling in their favor.
Yeah, absolutely, and we'll get our first look at the compositions. Looks like actually a dive mirror, so completely ignore everything I said about Drip Council being a spam-oriented team. They'll put Spud Hunter onto that Pharah that we were just mentioning, which I think is the best decision. Come out on something you're strong on, and adapt to later on instead.
Yeah, we're going to see. It looks like Diamondpack have opted to go for this 6-man. For Drip Council, Evil Lurk and Spadicy are going to be very, very exposed here, because if Flores on that Reaper can get into effective shotgun range, then the Hellfire is going to rip through the Monkey and through the Diva as well. So it's going to be difficult for Drip Council. They just need to buy time for Spud Hunter on this Pharah to generate them a pick.
Yep, absolutely, and you see here as well, taking a very wide angle, forcing Diamondpack into that small room, and really Diamondpack need to go for a quick engage here. They cannot just stand around and get spammed out here. You'll see they're advancing forward onto the enemy team, and it looks like they'll dive into the back, actually, onto Horizon, but nothing really gained from that. Nice peel from Drip Council to kind of mitigate that dive. A nice boop there from Spud Hunter as well, denying the high ground. And again, 50% towards that barrage. Clyte and Tarth will end up getting traded here, though. So it is a 1-for-1 on both sides, and it's going to turn a bit more scrappy in that case. But Spud Hunter is still here, still building up this barrage. Might even have it up in just a moment. That could turn this fight around, as the missile cap has gone to Diamondpack. But there's the D-Mech. Now the barrage can come through freely. They'll deal a lot of damage, but actually they just miss all their shots. They do get taken down, but it should be enough for Drip Council to get into this.
Well, they've got Coalescence to go for the re-engage. The Nano has to be applied from Drip Council. Diamondpack absolutely going to be losing out this one fight. There's no Diva down to fall for the side of Diamondpack. That's got to be the ST flip going over to Drip Council any second now. There we go.
Yeah, in all reality, I mean, it was a quick barrage from Spud Hunter. Kind of whiffed it, to be fair, but got the value out of it I think they needed as well. The remech was critical onto Kev.
Absolutely. Getting the remech means that you can just go straight in on the Pharah. You saw that Spud Hunter was being smothered the entire fight by Kev, but unfortunately he got out of mech just the second too late. Spud went in with the barrage and down they all went. Going to be a bit of a Tracer 1v1. Flores swaps off the Reaper now, going over to the Tracer to help keep too late in check on this off angle, but Diamondpack, they need to find a pick onto the tanks of Drip Council, and they go quick with the EMP.
Yeah, early EMP, but Spud Hunter is the one to get the elimination instead, taking down Zeta Chad, and it should just be a win here for Drip Council. Lots of damage coming through, a nice 2k bomb from Dicey as well. And again, I mean, they just mitigated that EMP perfectly, forces Zeta Chad now to swap to the Echo.
Yeah, they did. I think Diamondpack is sort of getting destabilized a bit here. They had the winning composition. They were playing 6-man into Pharah. It's sort of one of the basic matchups. If you're able to run over these tanks of the Dicey and Evil Lurk, then you can absolutely win this fight, but they're just not able to do so. I don't mind the swap necessarily, going over to the Echo in this sort of mirror dive composition, but I don't think you want to be giving Drip Council this much time and space on the Pharah.
Yeah, and Spud Hunter narrowly avoids that bomb coming through from Kev there, as now they're trying to take the door with the Echo, but that'll be Zetachad taking out Rika, so no mercy for the Pharah at this point. Spud Hunter's going to try and turn the fight around and actually gets 2 eliminations to do so, so it's a 2-for-2 trade on both sides, but Tarth kind of making the difference there on the Mercy, getting the res through. Flores also frags out onto Spud Hunter, and this should be the flip.
Yeah, it should be the flip, but it's a really nice hold from Drip Council. They make perfect advantage of the compositional rotations that Diamond Pack need to take. Now they've gone off 6-man, they've drastically lowered their tempo. But as I say that, Rika falls, although a couple of people on the point. It's going to be primary against Drip Council now. They've got to get it to 99 off the back of the primal from Evil Lurk. So it's not a bad investment, very low value ultimate, and they get to that 1% away because of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say it might be turnable, but not quite there. I mean, Clyde gets just battered into the train. A very nasty way to go for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Now they could potentially look to swap off the Pharah and go over to an Echo or something of themselves, but Hunter's going to have a really hard time getting in here against the damage boosted Echo. Going for him, but as I say that, that's an aggressive Diva Bomb and manages to find both! Kev 2, big bomb to open this fight.
Yeah, that is a massive bomb, and Spud Hunter just kind of caught out of position as well. They tried to go aggro, they tried to look for a barrage, but unfortunately Kev 2 just a couple of steps ahead.
Yeah, as I said, just before it happened, almost called it. Spud Hunter went in, boosted up into the air with that jump jet, and Kev just put him back down into the spawn room. Bird down, and unfortunately Drip cancelled. They're really bleeding the clock here. And this time advantage is only going in favour of that Spud Hunter down again. Diamond Pack could potentially have this round on lock.
Yeah, I mean, Diamond Pack, if they can draw out this team fight and get those stagger kills, it could be massive. They're going to use the duplication just to push into the spawn room as Zetachad just getting elimination after elimination here. It won't end up being enough, I think, to stall it entirely out, but we are looking at a last fight territory now.
It is going to be last fight territory. Good news for Drip Council is that was an expensive fight for Diamond Pack, but bad news for the Council of the Drip is that they're going to have to rotate to the objective, they're going to have to scramble to it, and you're going to overforce resources because of that. There we go, too late goes down, the barrage comes in as a prayer, and it trades 1-for-1, so 5v5, now 4v4, if the res does not manage to come through.
Yeah, but exactly here as Horizon did obviously use that nano boost, but not really too much value gained. Evil Lurk will be here on the point looking to build up the Primal, as again, it is picks going either way, but Mega Chad rezzed up means that they are able to just deal with the enemy monkey on the point. The Primal Rage comes through from Evil Lurk, but they're antied up. Gonna get burted down promptly, but Spud Hunter actually takes out the Ana, and that cannot be rezzed up because Tarth has already used it. Sidar being gone means there's a lack of healing. Potentially Drip Council can come back into this. They take out Mega Chad as well. Flores tries to equalize with the Pulse Bomb and gets the Diva D-Mech as well. Looks like Diamond Pack should be stabilizing here. Should be able to win this final fight. There's the res from Tarth. Looks like it's going in their favor.
Yeah, looks like it's going to be the tick down. Diamond Pack did such a good job of playing them piece by piece. One of the best ways to play against Pharah is to deal with the 2, then deal with the 4. But it was a 2v2 in the air. Zetachad and Tarth were doing a great job of suppressing and sometimes even managing to kill Spud Hunter on that Pharah. And what did it mean? It meant that basically everyone else on Diamond Pack was just free farming. When you play Echo Mercy, when you play Pharmacy, you leave your other flex support basically completely exposed, but Sidar never died the entire round, whereas Horizon couldn't walk in because it meant that Flores was going to be on it, and Flores had a free go at it. Why? Because Flores was able to win the 1v1 against Q-Late on that Tracer as well. So we talked about the tanks at the start of the map, Toasty, but as we get into it, it was some brilliant play from the DPS to sort of play it like a chess game. They sort of got off the pieces, they got them back onto the board, they forced them back into their own territory, and then they're able to take over and slowly advance onto them. And now as we move on to Mecha Base, probably the preferred map for Diamond Pack, let's see how good their brawl actually is.
Yeah, Diamond Pack early wall there actually to try and segment off, well, anyone really, but Drip Council unaffected. Fighter comes in with that kill onto Flores, looking to control the tempo early on as Spidaisi actually gets demeched, so maybe an overextension here for Drip Council. Evil like almost gets walled off there. So for some reason Zetachad cancels that wall, not entirely sure why, but leads to them losing the team fight here. The tank line falls, and Drip Council will have that initial cap.
Yeah, Drip Council go out and a compositional difference in the neutral fight like Diamond Pack did last round. Having that Symmetra means that you need to take the long fight, you need to look for the TP, but Q-Late just rocket punched him back into a wall. The Symmetra went flat, and from there they were able to just abuse the wall advantage that they may bring. But as I say that, Q-Late potentially overextended, got no cooldown, just a window mirror. Both teams really looking to try and win this.
Yeah, an interesting shatter comes through there from Evil Lurk. Does trade their life for the enemy Reinhardt's though. And here's the Meteor Strike into the back. Takes down Sidar. Looking for the Symmetra as well. Yeah, he's walled off, gets taken down by Flores, but it is still going in the favor of Drip Council here. They need to take out Flores, though, and they do manage to do that. Horizon getting a couple of kills just for the cleanup. The Baptiste kind of rising to the opportunity there.
Oh, almost. I thought they were going to fall after they lost that Doomfist to their own wall with Spud Hunter.
Yeah.
Spud Hunter had the May, that May ultimate. Froze them up, kept them oh so chilly, and then down they went from there as well. But Diamond Pack need a response here. I don't think they can keep forcing this. They should probably go under and look to just force point with the May objective. Look, they just get walled again and again. That's a big slam from Mega Chad though, 4 on the floor.
Yeah, a little bit large from Mega Chad there, but the beat comes through. Rika going to be keeping their team safe and sound, and Evil Lurk just pins them up, sends them flying into a wall. And yeah, I mean, that is... We're coming up now pretty much to maybe 1-2 fight territory. Drip Council are kind of looking unstoppable on this brawl.
Yeah, with this staggered Baby Diva as well, time is going to bleed off the clock. Diamond Pack really struggling to get in here, and they just can't keep forcing this rotation because Drip Council have got that May wall. They're going to have the windows, they're going to have Diva Bomb. They just can't do it. Every time they walk in, they're going to have to deal with one of these DPS of Drip Council who have stepped up massively in this fight. Finally, at the third attempt, looks like Diamond Pack are going to force a rotation and try and go to the point. You said they're known for their rotations. Let's see how good this one is.
Well, the bomb comes through, so it catches out Tarth, and talk about rotations, that Lucio is critical for that, but thankfully for them, Horizon has fallen, but treading out for Sidar is not the best thing here ever. I think Diamond Pack is slowly but surely gonna fall. Clyde gets a nice punch on the off angle onto Flores, and Drip Council will equalize here. They just need to do the cleanup. And we're going to the third round of Busan here. It'll be Sanctuary.
Yeah, we are. Maybe a little bit of a shock that Diamond Pack dropped Mecha Base, but Drip Council's brawl there. It wasn't, wasn't the most clean. Let's not sort of oversaturate it. Drip Council played well. They played the walls very well, but it was all about Q-Late on that Doomfist. Did so good, just finding pick after pick after pick. And Doom is really a kill or be killed hero. And it's sort of feast or famine, and the Doomfist was the Doomfist had a banquet that round. It was 3 easy pickings. It was turkey leg after turkey leg after turkey leg into a chicken royale. Let's whatever you want, whatever fast food is your choosing. But the Doomfist was feasting that round, and it means that now Drip Council are going to be moving over to, I believe this one is called Sanctuary. We've got the drum, potentially them going to be looking to go over to a spam composition. Spud Hunter, there we go, finally pulling out the Hanzo for the first time this series. So Drip Council's comp is one that I'm pretty familiar with. This is a comp that I've seen time and time, and never mind, I get trolled at the last minute, and it's going to be Sighod versus 6-man. So Diamond Pack win the neutral fight potentially. Zita Chad just find a hack onto one of Spadicy or Evil Lurk, and they are absolutely money in.
Yeah, and this is what I was talking about earlier on as well. Drip Council love to whip out these wacky compositions, the Orisa Sigma, the Hog Sigma, and hopefully they can out-rotate this 6-man that comes through from Diamond Pack. Like you say, it is going to be down to whether one of the tanks can be hacked up on Drip Council. As they try and advance forward, almost catch out Kev 2 with their pants down, but unfortunately doesn't manage to get that hook through. And now the engage comes through, Diamond Pack right into their faces. Spadicy hacked up and will get bursted down by Flores. Clyde in the back trying to distract, but it doesn't look like it'll be enough. Flores, the better tracer in this scenario, and Diamond Pack will be winning this first fight. Yeah,
Flores wins the Tracer 1v1 again like he did on Downtown. Drip Council, their tanks demonstrated a little bit of a lack of macro there. They cannot be that far up against a 6-man rush. Why? Because even if they don't manage to land the hack, the threat of the hack should be enough to naturally zone you away. They didn't, they stayed in, they got caught, they got W keyed on, and they fell in seconds. And as I say that, they make a good adjustment over. They're going to be now playing the Brawl, they're going to be playing the Rhine version, so it's sort of the same strategy. Zita Chad and Diamond Pack in the first round wanted to go into the tanks. Now Drip Council exactly the same. Look for the Winston and absolutely send the monkey back to the spawn room.
Yeah, and Clyde can do that as well. The Reaper puts out a lot of damage, and you'll see the early Coalescence engage, actually. Sidar helping to burst down Clyde there. And the pulse bomb from Flores doesn't... Oh, I was going to say it doesn't actually catch anything, but somehow clips Spud Hunter there, as it will be Mega Chad with the Primal Rage, just batting people around and looking to get the point flipped back into their favor.
Yeah, they need to flip it fast here because the brawl potential, the stall potential is going to be so dangerous. I think the Reaper of Q-Late is back in the spawn room and walking, so that's not going to be potential any flip. And Diamond Pack, whilst they are on a fundamentally weaker composition, they have the EMP, so Drip Council's comp, both of these comps are very cooldown oriented. For Diamond Pack here, if Zetachad can find the EMP even onto both DPS or Drip Council, if they can get WQ'd on and assassinated, then it's absolutely a win condition for Diamond Pack. Drip Council though just need to stave off this EMP. That's a really early beat from Toss, going to keep them all nice and healthy.
Yeah, EMP catches 5 there, and Horizon, Spud Hunter, the first ones to fall. You can't really do anything in that situation. Rika didn't have a beat in at time for it, so a nice team fight there. Diamond Pack had to use a couple of ults, and really the good thing there for Drip Council, you get the beat out of Tarth.
Yeah, and I was actually surprised that Tarth invested the sound barrier there. Was not too bad, because you really did need to ult by Tarth. You definitely did need to go with the EMP to win that fight, but I thought that was Rika's EMP, considering how sort of well-timed it was, and there's a bit of a skirmish here. The window from Horizon could potentially be good. Drip Council looks like they've got tempo advantage back, and no Horizon.
Yep, Horizon falling here, and the bomber into the midst of things, forces the positioning. Drip Council, again, they get a flip over, and the Death Blossom comes through. A shatter from Evil Lurk, they're trying to turn it, as Spadicy gets the kill off onto Mega Chad, and the beat from Rika as well keeps people healthy and alive, as Spadicy tries to come back and get some damage into the Moira here of Sidar, but there's a Pulse Bomb. Flores takes him out of the mech, destroying the dreams of Drip Council there. They tried their best to make that skirmish into something more, but didn't quite work out for them.
I respect it, but unfortunately losing the Reaper and the Mei, losing both of those so early meant that they just had no damage to cleave through these tanks of Diamond Pack, and you were never going to win that fight once you were down both DPS. The Reaper and Drip Council's comp is so important, and unfortunately for Tulay, overextending and not being protected, not being peeled by Spadicy, Rika and Horizon, because if this Reaper can stage himself onto the tanks of Mega Chad and Kev, then they're going to get 2-tapped, 3-tapped, 4-tapped at most, and it means that Drip Council buy themselves so much space because of it. It's 95, Drip Council have to rush to the objective, and they're going to walk straight into the arms of an EMP from Zeta Chad. Here we go,
yeah,
that's all 6.
There's 6 caught by it, and Arika doesn't even have a beat either way. Mega Chad falls though, so Clyte actually getting a lot of damage done here as the Blizzard invested, catches the Moira, and Drip Council somehow in the face of a 6-man EMP turn things into their favor. They'll flip it back over, and now it's looking like they just need to win 1 or 2 fights.
Oh, that's Diamond Pack's win condition gone out the window. They had EMP cold and they butchered it. Mega Chad fell early. The EMP was just a second too late. I thought for sure they were going to get Q-Late, the Reaper of Drip Council, and potentially could have turned on to Spud Hunter as well, but Q-Late just staved off the damage, and Spud Hunter comes up big, finds the Tracer of Diamond Pack. Flores goes down, and at 82%, Drip Council now, they're on the better composition. Diamond Pack are 2 sunk cost into these ultimates to swap, and they're on a better comp, and Evil Lurk, he's looking for the shatter, he's lurking. Bomb shatter.
There's the bomb as well. It catches out the Lucio. Tarth can't quite build up that beat now, and yeah, this pin comes through. You're gonna catch, well, not gonna catch Mega Chad with it, but you deal enough damage anyway. Spud Hunter getting a couple of eliminations just to end this map off. There is an attempt at a clutch play. Mega Chad and Flores putting the work in potentially, but the Death Blossom is all that you need here to clean things up. Collide catching the Tracer with that, helping with the D-Mech as well. Drip Council, I mean, against all odds on this Sanctuary map, they managed to actually win this one out. They'll take map 1. What a weird map, we'll say that much.
A very interesting Overwatch, but in that final fight with EMP down for Diamond Pack, you're never going to move a Reaper off the objective in overtime. Too late was just so important being able to shred through these tanks. Diamond Pack just did not have the damage or the cooldowns to beat this Drip Council comp. It was simply too tanky. The Reaper and that May just really were absolutely unmovable on this final fight. But Drip Council, they lose that first fight, they send themselves to Mecha Base, they beat the broad composition that Diamond Pack pulled out, and it gives themselves first blood, first map win, and I think they're going to be walking away with their heads held high, and maybe a little bit of sweat going to be wiped off the forehead, because that was close. I think Drip Council potentially kind of stole that map away from Diamond Pack there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Diamond Pack, they whiffed that kind of cold EMP engage that should have been so impactful for them. As we are going to have a look here as well at something that I think was critical to that round, the Lucios, right? And we were talking about how the Lucios needed to get the beats up in time. Rika never had it for the EMPs, and Tarth kind of whiffed a couple as well in teamfights they didn't need to. I think that contributed as well, and we'll see here the stats between the 2 Lucios as well. It was quite interesting to see how those 2 two matched up against each other. Obviously, Rika seeming like a little bit more of a conservative Lucio, as you can see here, but to be fair, they got 1,000 more damage.
Yeah, you can see, obviously, these stats are going to be a little bit skewed inflated because Rika's team were very, very comfortable on that last map, and Rika's team just won more fights. When you win fights, your stats are going to be more inflated. You'll take more damage, you'll do more damage, you'll heal more damage, you'll get more assists. It's kind of close, but Torv's deaths per 10, yeah, 11. That Lucio was just permanently dead, and it's something that I hope for Diamond Pack doesn't become a trend as we head into the rest of these series, because that main support is so important for all these compositions that they play. You can't rotate your Sombra, you can't rotate your Reaper, you can't peel for your tanks, you can't speed your tanks away if that Lucio is dead, and it's going to be something that could potentially be a slight edge as we go into this series. I believe Tarth is going to be slightly lower SR than everyone else in the lobby, so definitely struggling on map 1, but there's no reason now where they can't bring it back for map 2. It's just a case of, I think, playing a bit more conservatively and playing a bit more alongside the D.Va and sort of the primary win conditions for Diamond Pack. Rika, on the other hand, had a quietly good map, I think you'll agree, Toasty.
Yeah, absolutely. There were a couple of situations where I think there were beat investments where there didn't need to be beat investments, but other than that, I mean, Rika was really just doing what was asked of them, which was perform against a Diamond Pack, and that really, you know, they did their job well as a Lucio. You get the correct timing so that you can, you know, rotate around, especially in that Brawl composition where if you're playing Brawl against 6-man, you'd usually expect to be getting kind of dismantled by the hacks, but being both able to rotate around that kind of 6-man as well as peeling for the Sombra at times, that is what Rika was doing brilliantly at, and if Drip Council keep that up, I think they don't even need to play the Hog Sig compositions at all. I think they can just stick on some kind of rush stuff and hope for the best with that, because Diamond Pack seemed like they had absolutely no idea on what to do against that, both on Mecha Base and on Sanctuary.
Yeah, well, one of the best ways to suppress these DPS from Drip Council is to play these sort of dive-based compositions, but that allows Drip Council then to go over to rush-based compositions and just take a slight off angle with a Sigma, with a Hanzo, with, you know, with a D.Va, with a Cassidy, for example. So I really don't know how Diamond Pack is going to respond. I think they had win conditions there. Flores was very dominant in the 1v1 against Tulate on those tracers, so that was something that they had down, and the tanks didn't do too badly. Just in the end, I think compositionally, Diamond Pack got kind of rolled over in the two maps. They didn't swap fast enough. So, bit of a macro diff in map 1, I'm going to be honest, with some questionable picks, some questionable rotations, and some questionable overlaying of ults. But overall, it's very, very close. Diamond Pack absolutely have the individual talent to win it, and I think to clutch up. It's just how much can they tidy up these sort of overall team errors as we get into map 2.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of map 2 as well, it's gonna be Numbani, so a bit of I think a map that kind of lends itself to what Diamond Pack wanted to play. They want to play these kind of dive compositions. They want to have that Sombra, that Tracer in the backline, maybe throw in an Echo like they tended towards on Downtown, and they really just want to construct clean dives into the backline, and all they have to do that is keep the backline alive, let yourselves be supported with nano boosts with the Mercy that can fly with you, or if they end up playing a Lucio and they play 6-man here, which is unlikely but possible, they need to keep Tarth alive for the speed boosts.
Yeah, Numbani A can always be an enigma. It can be a mystery for some teams. I think you either hard win Numbani A first fight, or it takes you 4 minutes and an EMP in the overtime to clutch it up. Numbani B and C, I think, are very straightforward. You can absolutely play 6-man or some broad compositions as we get into point B and C, but point A requires a very set amount of rotation, some very set plays in general. So, as I said, the macro from Diamond Pack a bit questionable. Drip Council also made some mistakes as well. That's expected for the intermediate division, of course. But I think for this one, this map, I think it's just which team has prepped the most, Toasty. Which team knows the win conditions for the composition that they're going to play. Can you predict what the enemy are going to play? Can you counter that? Can you make adjustments? If you're going to play double shield, can you go to Bat Break instead of Bat Zen, for example? So who knows? I think it's going to be Drip Council to side choice, right? So they should probably go and try and defend first if I were them, but who knows overall. I'm just looking to see what Diamond Pack can do on this map to bounce back and get back in this series, because momentum could really roll away from them if they end up losing this.
See, they certainly have the opportunities to bounce back and make their kind of name in the series. They have, beat Drip Council before. They won 3-1 in the regular season against them, so it's not like they don't have Drip Council's number and their playstyle. Granted, of course, between the Swiss stages and the playoff grand finals, you're going to have a bit of a change in the team synergy and the team playstyle, that kind of stuff. You might figure out your playstyle a little bit more towards the end of the season. But the fact still remains that Diamondpack have done it before. They should have that mental think, okay, go in with this with a 0-0 mentality and just think about the fact that they've beaten before and they can do it again. They need that confidence. They need to play with that confidence. And as we're seeing here, they're going to play, well, they're teasing us, again, that kind of 6-man composition or something dive related with that monkey. So Mega Chad definitely tending towards this. And I think this is what Diamondpack needs to do. Just play your own game.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think you can get too much in the head of the opposition. I think it's team's biggest pitfall in this elo. They see a pharmacy or they see a widow and they put too much investment into that, and it leaves the 5 or the 4 of the rest of the opposition, the enemy team, completely free to do whatever they want, and it's something that you can fall into easily with the flex DPS. Drip Council here on the defense going to be playing not quite dive, going to be playing what I'd consider sort of spam dive hybrid. So Evil Lurch and Spadicy on the defense need to control these high grounds and buy time for Spud Hunter and Q-Late to get the damage boost from Rika to spam out these aggressive tanks and the Echo from Diamondpack. Diamondpack going to go back to spawn, make a swap with their full comp swap, and they're actually going to be going over to Orisa. Going to be, yes, there we go. So they make the full swap over to double shield against dive. So going to be potentially a bit questionable. I think they're going to be very weak to the cleave that can come out from Evil Lurk on this Winston. But if they can poke out this monkey, if they can force this high ground, as we're going to see here, the monkey can't go anywhere, and Diamondpack could be potentially in for a very clean first fight here. It's just about which team can take the off angle and which team can out-rotate cooldown wise.
Yeah, and Spud Hunter and Klyte really need to just sit here and either get eliminations with stray arrows, or they need to spam out these shields and just gradually kill off Diamondpack, and that's exactly what happens there. Shield gets broken, immediately the Sigma and the Ashe get bursted down, but saying that, Flores has taken out Horizon, and Rika single-handedly taken out the backline right now, potentially clutching up for Diamondpack. They are advancing forward with pace now. They're onto the point, and really, that was just off of the back of some neat plays from that Hanzo. It managed to deny the remet kill as well there from Spadicy. Brilliant stuff.
Yeah, I'm no stranger to a Hanzo carrying a composition on the back, and Flores found 2 headshots. I believe he said both onto the supports. They went down, and Drip Council, whilst they had high ground control, when both your supports dies, guess what? You can't get heals, and that meant that goodbye Drip Council. The tanks Evil Lurk got 100-0 by the Storm Arrows pretty much on their own. The armor burn that came through from the dynamite of the Ashe did a lot of damage as well. Now Diamondpack have control. Now they can take sightlines. Kev 2's off on the Sigma to the Diva, which I think is correct, and I think is definitely a lot better against this dive. But Sidar's window here is going to be so good. Ooh, Flores potentially could find both tanks, force them off the high ground. No, it's just going to be by time. Good dragon there from
Almost
Flores.
gets caught out there, but it wasn't quite enough as Klyte comes out from the high ground looking for the visor kill. Almost manages to get onto the Hanzo. There we go. Finishes them off. Takes on the mentality as well for good measure. And with an engager like that, I mean, he just didn't deal with a soldier enough, right? Just ends up getting the kill. Ends up winning the team fight for them. And Evil Lurk with a Primal Rage as well, just doing a lot of work in cleaning up the supports here.
Yeah, going to be a little bit of a victory Primal Rage from Evil Lurk, but Drip Council, they get back control of tempo, and they get 3 ultimates for it. It's not the worst thing in the world for Drip Council. Normally, I would be critical of a team that used 3 ultimates in the fight, but Diamondpack's comp needs time and it needs space, so anything to win the fight. And look at the spam round. Does Spud Hunter get there? We go. Flores did it first round, but Spud Hunter, he's found a pair. He's going to be looking for the Quadra, actually. Gets the mech of the Diva as well, but I'm looking forward to see how this Hanzo develops, Toasty. It's going to be really interesting because both teams on fundamentally different tanks wanting to fundamentally play different ways as this Lombardi map develops.
Yes, but Hunter has always been that kind of pop-off Hanzo that you can always rely on for, well, engagements like that, just getting 3 kills and concisely ending the team fight. And now they're looking to go on an off-angle as well. They can potentially go for a Dragon Strike here. There we go. Cuts off main and actually forces the Diva out. So Kev 2 gonna be forced into that side room, taken down, demacked. Probably gonna get... I was gonna say they're gonna stagger, but hey-ho, they're diamond teams. What do you expect?
Yeah, unfortunately the stagger's gonna come out a bit too much. I'm sure they'll come out later in the series, but for that, it's whatever. It's alright. Potentially with the spawn being that close, I don't mind it, but they have been 1 fight ultimate win for Diamondpack, leaves them in a really good position. Now Drip Council just need to respond. They need to respond quick. They've gone back over to the dive tanks. I like it. They found Mega Chad. Perfect pick. So that's no Monkey, that's no Cleave, and that's no main tank.
And they get the sleep onto the Tracer in the back as well. Zeta Chad gonna get dinked up there, taken and down. And Drip Council, again, I mean, it seems like they just win these team fights from the moment they start, whether it's a sleep onto a Tracer or taking down a tank immediately. Diamondpack have to change something up here, fundamentally, in how they're playing.
I think it's a case of playstyle and rotations as opposed to picks. They're just sort of forcing it with the H key right now, Toasty, and it's not working because they're not doing anything to get rid of the angles, get rid of the pressure that Split Hunter and Q-Late are doing. They're both sat so far back on the Drip Council DPS, and they're just cleaving and going, there we go, finally. Split Hunter falls, but the nano onto the soldier means that you've got another carry to deal with in this fight.
Yeah, and here we go, Spud Hunter on the sidelines, looking to take the duel with both the Diva and the Tracer, but it's Clyde, it just ends up getting all of the value there. 2 kills with the Visor, why not? And again, I mean, that's just, what, 1 ultimate to win an entire team fight? I mean, come on, it's Drip Council, they need to... What Diamondpack need to do is dislodge Drip Council, right? Spud Hunter and Clyde are just issues right now. Yeah,
Clyde and Spud Hunter absolutely hit the nail on the head, those two. Really are the problem players, and just being able to sit on these angles and poke. This isn't a hold that I think I've seen pretty much ever in terms of both dive teams, but look how aggressive, look how far up Spud Hunter is, and the tanks from Drip Council just buying so much space and time. That's a 2k bomb again, and just 2 picks. Drip Council, it's so comfortable for them right now. Diamondpack, please just reset, go with the nano, go with the Valkyrie, go with the copy, because you've got 1 minute left on the clock. Really just having your time drained by being wasteful, by not being aggressive enough, and not really identifying the problem and just going. The longer that they hesitate, this team Diamondpack, the longer that these tanks hesitate, means that it's more time for Spud Hunter and Q8 to find these headshots and find these picks onto the squishies. So 45 seconds left, it looks like finally they're going to be going with the nano engage.
Yeah, there we go. It's into the back. Takes down Clyde first. And even though there has been a DMech onto Kev too, so it is still winnable here for Drip Council. But Megachad going with a Primal Rage, looking to just disrupt everyone, prevent any sort of sanctity in this team fight whatsoever for Drip Council. But there we go. I mean, a duplication from Zetachad, looking to still turn it back into their favor after that kill onto Horizon. And really, I mean, they should just be pressing this one forward. There's no way this gets turned around, and there we go. Ends up taking down the back line to finish it off. And this should be just a second point cap, a bomb investment? I'm not entirely sure what that's all about for Spadicy, but here we go, the cap comes through.
Yeah, it does come through basically in overtime. It's a really greedy fight for Drip Council, because not only do they lose this committing 3 or 4 ultimates, now they then don't have any to snowball. Both teams have their ultimate wells drained dry. It's only going to be the DPS ults for Drip Council, actually. Diamondpack used a lot into that fight, but guess what? They capped, they can go back to spawn, they can counter swap. Mega Chad going over here to the Chaddest hero of all, going over to the Reinhardt. So whilst they're still on a dive-centric composition with the Reinhardt, just having Mega Chad's hammer, being able to cleave into these types of evil legends, but Icy could mean that it keeps Drip Council's DPS at bay for just a second and a half longer.
There's Attack Visor though, and again, Q-Late just gets a kill off of it, takes out the Tracer, takes down the Echo, and like, it just seems like the DPS line is single-handedly carrying Drip Council in these team fights. They're getting kills before the team fight even starts, it feels like, as soon as Diamondpack try to engage. Now they'll be making the full swap onto the Brawl though.
Yeah, there we go, they finally make the full swap. I don't mind that they just go with the ultimates. It's an interesting one that they go with. They basically go with this sort of San Francisco Shock-like comp that we've seen them play. It's almost like the anti-Farah Brawl. So what Zetachad and Flores need to do is just stave off Spud Hunter and Q-Late, get them to disengage, and then go on the tanks of Evil Lurch and Spadicy. But this is a really difficult composition to play. They've got the Nano on board here from Sidar, has to put it onto the Reinhardt just to keep him alive in the fight. No, the nade is going to come true and keep him up.
Yeah, and now they have to use onto the Diva instead, so now it'll be Kev2 into the back to try and take down the players that were hiding up there. It will actually be the kill onto Spud Hunter, and Diamondpack are going to start driving this one forward, potentially. They're doing it in OT, though. They still have to win a fight, right? Drip Council can still come out and stall this, but Spadicy's in the back. That could be a nice stagger kill for Diamondpack to obtain.
Yeah, it could be. It's a bit of a Diva 1v1. Spadicy actually winning it, which means that Kev, you really cannot get demeched here. It's going to be probably a bomb to come out from both Diva. Spadicy, no, it's bomb. How does that find 2? Oh, no,
I have no idea.
For Diamondpack. Oh, no.
Yeah, Diamondpack look like they're just going to fall one by one here. I mean, Evil Lurch comes through with a Primal Rage to take down their opposing number on that main tank position. Overtime Wick ticks down. And Diamondpack, they fumble it at the last minute there. They allow that bomb to get 2 kills, and Drip Council, they shouldn't keep getting away with this, I'm telling you that much.
Like why can planes fly? Like, how on earth did that bomb kill 2? Like, these are some of the biggest mysteries of the universe, ladies and gentlemen. Top 10 questions science have yet to answer is how on earth that bomb from Spadicy killed 2. They knew where he was. They knew where he was.
How was it be able to fly?
Literally, by all. Is that the start of the B movie script?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Zoomers, man. Zoomers, man. SMH. Anyway, they knew where Spadicy was. They knew where he was. He was in the backline. He was started out. There's no shot in 7 hells that Kev didn't say, guys, there's a diva behind us. And they didn't say, yeah, bomb's going to be coming onto main. You could see him boosted up, throw it up into the air. It was just the most YOLO bomb ever because Spadicy was going to lose his mech. And he found the Lucy. I believe he found Tarth. And he found Flores. So I don't want to flame Tarth, but Tarth yet again has died to a bit too many diva bombs this game. Whether they've been tactical and a big placement from Spadicy, but as a main support, as a Lucio, you can't be getting caught out to diva bombs because you're just so mobile. You should be able to find cover. Bit of a rookie mistake there to get popped by these bombs too many times, but it's given Drip Council a glorious win condition. Just finished the map and you found yourself 2-0 up in the series.
Yeah, and I think Drip Council would very much love to be 2-0 up in the half, because then they get that kind of break where they can both reset in terms of like, okay, what do we want to do against Diamondpack coming into the future, but as well, I mean, you know, they also get that kind of mental reset, so it should be brilliant if they manage to get this win condition through, and in all reality, it's very achievable. Completing the map on Numbani is not hard, especially if you're playing a very snowbally-esque composition like this, right?
Yeah,
the ultimate rotations are what you're looking at for Drip Council here. The Nano Blade, you got a duplication that you can use just here and there. Should be good if they can construct a dive into the back. Sidearm needs to be well protected.
Yeah, so the thing for Drip Council is this Genji means they're going to be weaker in fights where they don't have the blade or they have the Nano, but Drip Council's comp snowballs so incredibly hard. You can put the Nano onto basically Evil Lurk, Q8 or Spud Hunter. As we say that, look, Drip Council, you can see how they're struggling in these neutral fights. Just that Tourbillon of Flores is doing so much damage. Evil Lurk and Spadicy can't stay on these angles for as long as they used to, as long as able to, as long as Mega Chad and Kev 2 can, because just the Tourbillon and the Echo do so much damage compared to the Genji. But one thing that Drip Council do is they're going to be buying time, and when they buy these time, they buy these ultimates too late though. A little bit adventurous there on the Genji, remembering he is a Genji, he is a samurai in 2021, and down he goes. Definitely the less superior Shimada brother, and gets fallen because of it.
Yeah, exactly. You cannot be going too aggressive as a Genji here. You want to build up that blade charge, but you have to do it carefully. They are 80% towards it, so Q-Late should have that coming into the next fight, and from there, like you say, it will be very easy to snowball. Can Diamondpack deal with it? Can they have a plan against the blade? Good. They're going to go for an early engagement to even deny an engagement at all from Drip Council. Early kills here onto Q-Late and Horizon. And Diamondpack have kind of figured it out right now, but Mega Chad with a DC?
Yeah, he DC'd.
No.
Yeah, he definitely DC'd there. There's no way in hell that he did not DC. Had some sort of ping problem there. You absolutely hate to see it, because that's given Drip Council a glorious chance back into this match. They've got Nano, they've got Valk, they've got Blade.
Oh.
The pause comes in. And yeah, I think everyone in there, and then the Nan could tell that Mega Chad had DC'd there. Oh, and he actually just falls from the lobby straight as well, so he loses the Primal Rage charge. Hopefully we've got the code to get him back his ultimate charge. We got a Prage in the chat right now for Mega Chad to come back, because now, off the back of that DC, Sombra EMP activated, DDoS mod check, it's given Drip Council a glorious win condition into this map. They just need to go quick with Nano Blade, and you'd probably just end up winning the fight and snowballing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shame,
and in all reality here as well, I mean, Diamondpack, I don't think they have the opportunity to deal with the massive ultimates that are going to be just lobbed to their faces. You've got a Nano Boost. They tried to duplicate early in that team fight, but then obviously you saw the Valk come through, I believe, from Drip Council's main support, and then you're looking at a Nano Boost as well. You're looking at potentially a Blade. Drip Council have a lot to work with here, and I do not think Diamondpack are going to be able to hold against it. I think they should just GG go next, either disengage into streets and look for a second tick re-engage, or just completely hard commit.
So I just want to... We got a word from production that is going to be something happen, but unfortunately I missed that, so...
we got an Ana comparison stat card coming up here,
okay.
so we'll see the Anas on both squads and see what they've got coming up. So Horizon and Sidar. Sidar, surprisingly, having a bit more healing done.
Sidar definitely, and I believe Sidar actually got the nano boost first onto Horizon. My brain might be a bit scrambled, but I think that 1-hit healing has basically meant that the nano boost could go first. So a little bit of an Ana difference. It's a little bit, the damage pretty much similar, very low damage, but you expect that from an Ana in these compositions because you're just looking to go for it. One thing that I actually wanted to bring up is, now that we've got time for the DC, this composition from Drip Council snowballs so incredibly hard. Why? Because Genji and Echo snowball as heroes because of the cooldowns that they force with Blade and with Duplicate. But in order to snowball Toasty, you need to actually win a fight, and that comp without ultimates sucks at winning fights. So it's a very dangerous game that you're playing, because in order to get the ball rolling, you probably need to open it with a Nano Winston or with a Nano Blade, but once you win that fight, you then lose your Nano Winston and your Nano Blade to snowball. So it's going to be really difficult. Drip Council, though, the goal here is just take the DC. Unlucky, I guess. It sucked that it had to happen in our grand finals, ladies and gentlemen, but what can we do? Drip Council here, don't invest too many ultimates, just take the 5v6 and win it quick.
Yep, here we go. I mean, there's an early kill onto duplication there, and now we have a look. Yeah, okay, so the Nano Blade comes through. They're going to get into the back, actually. Almost gets taken down by the Molten Core, but... Oh, they dash into the bomb! Oh, that is tragic for them. And now, I mean, it should still be a win for Drip Council, but they are slowly falling. Evilurk going to slowly lose that health pool. Mega Chad gets taken down by Spadice's bomb, though. This could be the savior of Drip Council in this team fight, as Spadice looks to contest that high ground now. Evilurk has a Primal Rage as well, so can use that if they feel like they're in any danger. It should just be a win. There we go. Will be Flores falling, and Diamond Packer slowly going to fall one by one. I say, as Zeta Chad gets a kill onto Horizon. It's gone completely in their favor now, as it will be a bit of an Echo Diff taking them down, and now the copy comes through, but is it in time? Rika's going to end up falling, and now it's down to Spud Hunter. Can they actually get kills with this? But no, Evilurk's going to end up falling, and Diamond Pack have come back into this.
Diamond Pack have done the miracle of all miracles. They won a 5v6 against Nano Blade. It was really bad execution from Drip Council, even though the Nano Blade managed to find 2. It forced everything. Even if Drip Council win this fight, and it looks like slowly but surely they actually are going to, it cost them everything and their health. Just all of it is gone, bone dry. Nice track onto Zeta Chad. Diamond Pack really don't think they should have gone with the Nano here, and actually just playing for the time bounties. You've managed to drain basically all of it, and it's going to help for the respawns, but once the Tourbillon goes down, you've got no damage left. So it's a hope and a prayer from Diamond Pack, but I think matter of time before Drip Council can just unlock this pin.
Yeah, I mean, they're slowly whittling down the amount of players that can be touching the payload right now. Toph coming up very close to that vault, gonna pop it immediately. A lot of ultimates now being invested. Diamond Pack getting the bomb through, zones some people off, but not any kills again. Instead, it's Spud Hunter that takes down the enemy Echo, and there's just too many players falling. Diamond Pack with the ultimate investments there, probably a little bit misplaced, but I mean, they do force out some from Drip Council. By some, I mean pretty much their entire ultimate economy, other than the DPS.
Yeah, pretty much. Not really too much that they can do here. Getting that ult econ is so big. Now Flores goes over to the Cassidy. Not quite sure, I think. Oh no, gonna swap back over to the Tracer. Actually, don't mind that. We're basically on mirror compositions here for Numbani, and it's gonna be pretty much mirror ultimates as well. Both teams are exactly identical, so this fight all going to be about the micro individual play. We're getting a nice look on Evilurk on the Winston, just vibing on the high grounds, looking for the dive. Now that Drip Council have this forward hold, they've got this forward position that they've got from unlocking the payload, means that Spud Hunter can get a little bit more unleashed, as we see the copy coming early from Zeta Charge. Oh, nice stick. No, it doesn't manage to find anyone.
Yeah, it doesn't catch anyone, but deals a little bit of damage there. Zeta Chad as well. Gonna have that Primal Rage, but so will Spud Hunter pretty shortly, as they're going into the back, trying to take down the Ana. Sidar just gonna get battered around by the Primal Rage there. Falls eventually, but Rika also does end up falling. Not enough though. Drip Council will keep on pressing their advantage forward. They can just take down the tank line, although Mega Chad does take down their opposing number there, so it might be winnable, but no, Diamond Pack don't have their tank line now. There's no shots.
No, I think the tank line from Diamond Pack just got a little bit too over-aggressive there. I've seen Kevin these fights and these 3v3s go a bit too aggressive, and it's costing Kev 2 his mech, and it's not good because it means that the D.Va, no mech, no matrix, and just the presence of this D.Va is so good in this composition, and you really can't afford to lose early. Q-Late though gets the perfect stick onto Sidar, who just managed to get Nano, so that's going to be a huge snowball opportunity for Drip Council, and with 2 minutes left on the clock now, you've got a perfect time bank. You're going to get enough ultimates, you're going to snowball, you're going to get the nano, you're going to get the primal, you're going to get the copy if you choose to do so. Drip Council coming up on a wealth of ultimates compared to what Diamond Pack have already got, so this could get messy in the final 2 minutes here of Numbani, but the win condition for Drip Council, same as it's always been, complete the map. Oh,
yeah, and actually Evil somehow bubbles
he DC'd
the
again.
bomb.
Did he DC?
Oh, no, that's a DC from Horizon, so Drip Council can be ones DCing this time around, but yeah, Evil Lurk. I'm not entirely... Wait, there's a DC from Diamond Pack as well? Both teams DCing? Okay. Very interesting.
Have good internet challenge, literally impossible. This might be something that's done on server-wide, because very rarely do you see 2 DCs at once. So, potentially if... I don't know, obviously you said Diamond Pack were an all-Irish team. Maybe if the flex support from Drip Council is Irish, then that's potentially a problem that we've seen there, but
the likelihood is low.
It's very, very low. EU internet is not the most reliable. It is pretty stuffed, but you know what's more stuffed is the Overwatch servers, because they're literally rotting in the back halls of some Blizzard room somewhere, because this game's not been touched in like half a century, it feels like. So when we get updates, we'll let you guys know, but for now, both of these teams respawn. This flex support respawn is going to be way quicker than the main tank respawn is going to be for Diamond Pack. So Drip Council again, just playing the luck of the draw and winning the DC diff. It would suck if Diamond Pack lose this map off the back of 2 really crucial DCs, but I think they're going to.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, it is definitely likely. As we see here, we got some stats from the Echoes on both sides. So obviously we had a recent swap onto Echo from both sides. And they are playing that mirror composition. So here's Spud Hunter doing a little bit better. And by a little bit better, I mean double final blows of Zeta Chad. So you can definitely see that this is down to Spud Hunter and just how aggressive they're playing into the backline. Probably getting a lot of assassinations onto people like Tarth, I would imagine, who have been falling first in a lot of these team fights.
Yeah, we're seeing the double final blows. We're seeing 6 more deaths per 10 come out from Zeta Chad. So Zeta Chad's definitely been a target for them, and as they should, because you cannot leave an Echo to live. You cannot let an Echo breathe in your lobby on Numbani, because they're just going to dominate because of it. We've seen the 4 more ultimates used, and I think that's potentially costing them a little bit more damage and deaths as well, because Zeta Chad has gone over to the Monkey a couple times here with this copy, and it's meant that they just end up getting overextended once they come out of the duplicate because of it. But that damage differential is 1.7k. If you think about 1.7k in terms of HP, that's 4 and like 1/4 Winstons in terms of damage. So let's sort of put that into perspective. It means that every 10 minutes Spud Hunter is killing an extra 4 Winstons compared to Zeta Chad. So that's so much damage. Obviously it's not actually 4 Winstons because of the healing that can come in from both supports, but just being able to generate your ultimate a lot faster. 1.5 is a lot more when it comes to generating the duplicate, and as we said, Drip Council's comp needs to snowball, and one of the ways that it snowballs is with the Echo duplicate. So bit of an Echo diff there as we've seen, but I think the stats overall, because of these 2 maps and the way that they've gone, Drip Council are always going to have better stats individually compared to Diamond Pack.
Yeah. It is certainly very much weighted into their favour, but I think the most surprising statistic for me there was the fact that there's 1.7 deaths for Spud Hunter. As now we are getting back into things, so Mega Chad and Horizon are back in the lobby. Seems like both teams will just poke around waiting for their players to get back. As Drip Council rotate back, they do not want to be having anything to do with that.
Yeah, I believe Drip Council actually lost their Anno and they lost their Nano engage, so losing the Nano is going to be really big because that's the primary win con for Drip Council, so potentially, actually, I thought it was going to be Drip Council favored. It's a lifeline here. Oh, Spud Hunter, please check both ways before crossing the choke. He's going to walk into a pulse bomb. There we go! Bit of a
there we go. Spud Hunter gets taken down. Again, Drip Council going to be forced to back up here in this team fight. You cannot go in without that Echo. Zeta Chad just has complete free reign. You see the Nano Boost come through there, actually, but it doesn't really catch too much for Diamond Pack, I think. In fact, they're going to lose their Diva, so they are going to be the ones supposed to back up here. This is going completely wrong for them. There's a pulse bomb, comes in, doesn't actually catch anything for Q late, as now it is down to Zeta Chad, going to duplicate the Diva, looking to peel for the Monkey, but it will be the Tracer falling, so I don't know how that has happened, but Flores out of this team fight now is really detrimental for them. The bomb into the back, this could be huge. Horizon ends up getting taken out there, but the bomb doesn't catch anything. Instead, it's Mega Chad that falls. It is going both ways right now. The Echo's definitely popping off. There's a bomb, though. It'll catch Sidar are, and somehow this is just a scrappy mess of a team fight. Bomb into the point, doesn't actually catch anything there though for Diamondpack, and now it should just be the payload rolling forward. You'll see the monkey return, but Flores has fallen to their opposite number there of Q-Late, but no one's on the payload for Drip Council.
Yeah, rare sighting Q-Late winning the 1v1 there. Flores popped off so hard this fight, actually I think by the skin of his teeth managed to win the fight for his team, just staved off, managed to eliminate both these tanks, but it's a really quick re-engage. Spudicey gets to the nano and looks straight for his opposite number, Kev 2 on that diva.
Yeah, and there's that pulse bomb. Flores doesn't catch anything with it though. That's a uncharacteristic whiff for them.
Wait!
And it's a C9.
No.
Drip Council. They do not touch the point in time. They forget that Overwatch is a game of objectives. And well, we are going to 1-1 in this series. I'd like to say we've got a series on our hands, but honestly, that does not feel very much deserved for Diamondpack. I think Drip Council had the advantage there. They just kind of C9'd.
I think it was a gargantuan throw for Drip Council, but I think also justice considering how well Diamondpack managed to stabilize that map. They lost 2 people to DCs at 2 crucial moments in the game, so
yeah,
I don't quite want to say justice because that feels like Drip Council sort of feel a little bit undone there, but listen guys, it's an objective game mode. You have to stay on the payload. you just have to stay on the objective. I don't really know what to say. If you don't get on the objective, then you can't win the video game. So it's going to be 1-1. Interesting series. I thought for sure Drip Council were actually going to win it, but maybe losing that nano and then getting that stick onto Spud Hunter that Flores managed to get was a bit more game winning than I first originally thought.
Yeah, definitely, and as well there, I mean, you know, you look at Drip Council, they had an advantage in that last fight. They looked like they had the initiative, at least coming into it, but I think the initiative was that they overextended so that they couldn't touch the payload, and then the people who were getting battered around the backline by the enemy team also couldn't touch the payload. You can debate whether or not it was an intentional C9 or an unintentional one, or whether it was in their power, but alas, it happened, and now we're at 1-1 in this series. We are going to take a look at Diamondpack's D.Va here, who was doing a good amount of work actually throughout that. Oh no, sorry, the Ana of Sidar. So, I mean, the healing dump per 10, we looked at this before, the healing dump per 10 isn't as high as perhaps it should be, but what you really want to look at here is is the assists, right? How well is nades getting value? Yeah,
the nades and the nano boosts as well going to be inflating that rank. I think it's something that is quite it's a normality at this elo. The Ana players in sort of the intermediate division, in sort of this mid diamond SR, to be a little bit low, and obviously in a dive mirror as well. Let's take into account that both these Ana players are prime target number 1 for 4 players on the enemy team. Both dive tanks, the Tracer and the Echo, are going to be gunning for the Ana. Why? Because in any dive comp, your flex support is always a win condition. Discords or nano boosts are basically going to be the thing that both teams are playing for as the engage. So if you fell that Ana, if you send the flex support back to the spawn, then hey, they're going to have less healing and you're going to have a higher chance to win the fight because of it. So a little bit unfortunate. I think unfortunately both Anas playing Respawn Simulator this entire map, so you can excuse the lower healing numbers, but if you can peel for the Ana, and if you can position a little bit better, if you can save onto the nade defensively, then who knows, it could be the difference maker, because it was a very close Numbani map, and I think we're going to be going into a escort map now.
Yeah, it will end up actually being Rialto as our next map just after this break. Don't go anywhere, chat. We have an absolute banger of a series on our hands, so make sure you tune in just after this 5 minutes.
So handsome, oh, you have your way, and it's making me weaken. You and your stardust, walking like that. It's really getting too much, but I can't pull back. Though I try to resist, I can't fight this. And no one makes me feel like you do. Shivers like I try to sleep, but you're deep in my mind. Got a hold of me. When I'm awake, I'm all blind. You and your magic, like infinite power. God knows I try to resist, but you're pulling me closer. Oh, I gotta stay away, but you won't let me. No one makes me feel like you do, and no one sets my body on fire, and no one gives me shivers like you. Oh, no one does it better.
What to do to blow my mind? You're from another planet. I've never felt like this. I don't know how I ever survived without it. I'm starry-eyed. Got me upside down, spinning around you. Wanna taste the clouds, dance with the moon. Take a trip around your body. Boy, I love the way you got me. Starry-eyed, got me starry-eyed. This bed is out of space, just keep painting constellations. You cover me in glitter till I'm shining bright. I never wanna leave the sky. The way you made me feel alive. I was in the dark and baby, you're the light. You're from another planet. I've never felt like this. I don't know how I ever survived without it. I'm starry-eyed. Got me upside down, spinning around you. Wanna take
Welcome back, everybody, to GitGud EU. We are in the midst of the Diamond Pack versus Drip Council series, the grand finals of the Intermediate Division. And, well, Jace, but when we left off, this was kind of an interesting discussion about that C9 that happened on Drip Council's part, wasn't it?
Yeah, the C9 was interesting, to say the least. I think it's given Diamond Pack a glorious chance to go back into this series because it demonstrated a really nice control of map space, and that really allowed their tanks to sort of suppress the DPS of Drip Council in a lot of these fights. We're going to be moving on to Rialto. Diamond Pack's going to be side swapping and going over to the defense. And what that means is that if it ain't broke, don't fix it for Diamond Pack. A little bit of a C9, so I don't know if you can quite think it is broke because bar a very big error from Drip Council, they would have been 2-0 down in this series, but Rialto can be a whole different beast. We've seen that they like to pull out double shield or Orisa comps if the map depends on it, so Rialto is a map that I think has been kind of solved, but that, in particular, that second point double shield defense hold can be so bad if you can get that snowball going, because the windows on high ground here that you're seeing on the map picture, just so hard to break down and to break off if you're on that attack. So really big opportunity here for Diamond Pack to get a foot back in this series. If they can hold well on Rialto, then absolutely they've got a way of getting back into this series.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that is definitely a possibility for either one of these teams. Of course, Drip Council, they do tend, well, I say they do tend, they haven't even played them yet, other than, like, I think, like, 20 seconds on Busan, but they do tend towards the Sigma compositions with the Sigma Hog or the Sigma Orisa. They didn't quite do on Busan Sanctuary because I think they had swapped off because of the 6-man. But this is an opportunity for them to potentially play that because, like you say, the second point is absolutely deadly for that. They will end up attacking first here, though, so they will not have the opportunity to come right out and play that Orisa Sigma or that Hog Sigma and roll with it.
We're going to see, we've got a little interesting narrative developing here. It's sort of Spud Hunter versus Flores. Both of these DPS have been sort of on fire and taking the front seat in the driving seat for both of these teams as we get Boat Champ once again. This is every observer's favourite view to open the map, by the way. If you ever work on Rialto, your observers will always go to the Boat Champ to start the game. So maybe if you're in chat I can get a Boat Champ. If not, then you know what, understandable. Is one of my favourite emotes, the little gondola robot. But we'll see what both teams pull out as we're sort of just buying time here. Diamond Pack going to be opting away from the double shield, going over to a sort of more poke-based dive composition. Medichad and Kev clearly very comfortable on this Winston, on this Diva. So for them, it's just going to be a sense of comfort and control. Sidar, we saw the stats from last map. Definitely need to up that healing. Definitely need to up those offensive assists. But for Drip Council, we're not going to get their composition locked in till probably just as the gates open. They could stick on this, but it'll be interesting to see what they go up to. Double Sniper, though, looks like it's going to be a very Drip Council composition to really let Spud Hunter get this off angle with Spadicy and sort of plow into the DPS and support of Diamond Pack.
Yeah, absolutely, and the Widowmaker versus Widowmaker is something I want to take a look at, because Q-Late has been a little bit of a menace on the DPS role so far, and it's whether Flores can actually keep up with that. You see Q-Late is actually looking for a very, aggressive angle there onto the enemy Widowmaker. Doesn't quite catch them, though, doesn't quite clip their head off with the shot. And Diamond Pack are playing very conservative. I like this. You want to construct a dive onto Q-Late when they really don't expect it, but they have been scattered out in this corner, so you're not going to see that. Instead, you're going to see an immediate kill onto Mega Chad there. This is what I mean, Drip Council. You can't really do much against Drip Council when they're on this Hog Sig unless you're playing a composition that counters it, and this composition does not counter it.
Absolutely not, and just those two tanks holding that high ground. Not sure where Kev2's DM was against that Roadhog hook, but it dropped, and it meant that Mega Chad just got a one-shot Evil Lurk. If they can get into hooking the Winston, then it's going to be so good that Roadhog just the bane of any Winston's existence. And now Drip Council go forward, they take space. The DPS and Zenyatta of Drip Council can finally get to work and get spamming. They've got a very diveable composition, so Diamond Pack, if they can play Wrecking Ball, I think go over to it, because you can accelerate, you can engage at such speed that Rika Horizon and Q-Late in particular are so vulnerable. But you see how these long fights are going. Drip Council's tanks, Spadicy and Evil Lurk, just doing such a good job of being able to stave off the tanks. They can't go anywhere. Diamond Pack tanks cannot walk up, because if they do, they meet the meaty hook of the Kiwi, and they can't really play the game from there because, I mean, a dive composition needs its dive times. Like, that's self-explanatory.
Yeah, Mega Chad has to really avoid the Roadhog here. If Evil Alert gets another hook like before, I mean, it could be all over for Diamond Pack on this point. And you see the payload already rounding pretty much over halfway through it. And there's the hook, comes through, takes out Mega Chad. You can't do anything against that if you're Diamond Pack, because now you're just going to lose the fight. You don't have your key engage mechanic of that jump. And there we go, Ant Matrix with the hook, just kills off the Diva. And that's a second point cap for Drip Council. They're dominating right now.
They are, and they're just compositionally better. Diamond Pack's comp is... This almost feels like it's a water type against a fire type right now. Like, Drip Council's comp is super effective because... Why? Mega Chad can't walk up. They literally can't play the video game against an off-angled Hanzo, a Sigma, a Roadhog Hook, an Amplification Matrix, a Discord Orb. Do you one-shot anything in this composition? Diamond Pack finally now have understood that they need to swap, but I think with the ultimates that Drip Council have got, it's too little too late. 5 minutes left on the time bank. Drip Council have come out here. They've seen that C9 from last fight and they are determined to never let it happen again. They've come out strong here. They've come out with a statement attack so far on Rialto.
Yeah, and look at this as well. The Gravitic Flux will come through. It catches a couple. And Evil Look is here for the follow-up on the off-angle as well. Zeta Chad Flores, two of them, the best players on Diamond Pack, are going to be falling here to Spud Hunter as well, who has just been popping off throughout this entire thing. And it should just be a cap coming through. Mega Chad falls. You're looking to high noon up the rest of the players as well. Q-Late catches Kev too. And there's just nothing that can be done. Diamond Pack is slowly but surely going to lose this team fight. Flores tries to equalize with a kill, but it's not enough. They don't manage to get to the point in time. And Drip Council are coming back into this with a vengeance.
That's a demoralizing defense there for Diamond Pack as Drip Council any percent Rialto first. They do it with 4 minutes 38 left on the clock. That's a monstrous time bank. I don't quite want to call this map done because we've seen it before. Teams will get snowballed and they'll lose momentum and they'll choke. But Drip Council here, they're going to have to... They're going to need sort of... Diamond Pack is going to need a miracle to go up against this time bank. It's going to have to be a C9, a complete tilt fest, 4 or 5 DCs on Drip Council. Might have to take out the IPs if you're going to think of getting yourself back to this map, because it's 4 minutes 38 left on the time bank. We saw it. Drip Council came out with a composition that Diamond Pack did not have an answer for, and it looks like they've not learned from their mistakes, because Drip Council's composition yet again is going to be countering the Winston of Mega Chad.
Yeah, absolutely. And Diamond Pack, I think Drip Council have kind of figured out that Diamond Pack are a team that wants to play this monkey, and that they can just play the Hog Sigma into it, right?
Yeah.
And this plays into Drip Council's strengths as well. It's not like they're playing this explicitly to counter Diamond Pack. This is a composition they've been running throughout the entire playoffs, throughout some parts of the regular season. They're experienced with it.
Yeah, I just want to add as well, it gets even harder for Mega Chad as well if they were getting picked, if they were getting hooked, if they couldn't be peeled on the defense where you've got natural cover and you need to force the attack to walk into you now, Mega Chad and his team have to rotate into Evil Lurk and into Spadicy. And what does it mean? Look, like Kev's HP is basically 3/4 already, thanks to a couple of dynamites and a headshot coming in from the Ash. So Diamond Pack, they've got a nice composition. I don't mind this composition against it, but look, Mega Chad goes up, there's no bubble, there are no bubbles, and just gets rocked back to the spawn. I really feel for this monkey. I think he's being forced onto it by his team. He's going to have a rough time this map.
Yeah, I mean, if I was in Diamond Pack's comms right now, I'd be calling for a comp swap. I do not think that this is what you need to be playing into the Hog as Sigma. There is no way that Mega Chad is going to get in there. Even with the bubbles from Kev too, it's just going to get bursted by Spadicy, by Spud Hunter, by Q-Late. And Horizon as well, who is very much able to put out similar damage numbers to the rest of the team on that Baptiste.
Yep.
It is going to be so difficult for the monkey here, and you see already Mega Chad not even engaged yet and is still getting spammed out. Spud Hunter going to go on the off angle here, looking to take out Mega Chad, and manages to single-handedly do it. That's just a Hanzo, and it's not even the rest of Drip Council.
Yeah, Dragon Watch moment for Spud Hunter. That's a perfect headshot. Finds another one. This Hanzo. Oh, okay. I know this Hanzo is so unleashed on this map. Got all the time in the world to do it nonetheless, but I don't think it's necessarily a problem for Diamondpack where a lot of teams in this elo fall down. It's going to sound really harsh, but I'm going to have to be critical of Diamondpack. It's from Kevin, it's from Sidar. Both of their cooldowns and the way that they peel for their main tank need to be better because Mega Chad is taking up, he's walking up, and he's just getting popped because of it. Where is the heal? Where is the defense matrix that comes in? So for Diamondpack, yes, the Winston was absolutely the problem, but it came as a result of the Ana and because of the D.Va, and they're going to have to fix both of those, their off tank and their flex support, if they get any chance in this series. Look at now, the ultimates are going to come in. Luckily, they used so many, and they don't really get anything for it, bar a Bob. That's going to be a hook on the flank, though. Flores goes down. So Diamondpack, not too bad. They only bleed time. They don't really bleed extra ultimate charge, but as I said, time is not something that's on their side right now.
Yeah, absolutely, Diamondpack. They need to try and break open this kind of hog sig composition. It is not easy at all for them to do, though. As you'll see, Evil Lurk again on the off angle. We'll actually get booped out of position, though, and that is what you need. Kev 2 finishing them off, and now Drip Council kind of having to clutch up, but it is Spud Hunter and Spadicy, the two potato-related players on Drip Council that are clutching things up. Diamondpack, they get one pick, but it gets completely wrestled from their hands, from their control.
Why does it get wrestled from their hands, Toasty? Because the ultimates come in that they've been managed to generate that they've not had to use because they've been winning these neutral fights so handily. Bit of a potato mode, going sicko mode there. I can't think of a potato-based pun. I'll let you know when I get one, but for now it's just it's not even funny at this point though. Like Drip Council just so good. Flores finds the headshot to Q-Late though, so that's a nice pick, and they're fine too. So no DPS from Drip Council goes down. Diamondpack, this is the best window I think that they've got. It's now or never for them.
Yeah, but Q-Late still has that Bob. It's going to get released onto the point, and it'll fire down this long firing line. It gets bursted down instantly, though. Sidar's Amplification Matrix allows for that to happen now, as Flores ends up falling, so Diamondpack still, they are a player down now. Our Matrix comes through from Horizon, bursts down Mega Chad and Sidar, and still, Diamondpack are not able to split open this offense, not able to do anything against this very... I don't even know what to call the composition for Drip Council. It's a very scrappy composition that works in those situations when you're a player or two down.
It's effectively a double shield composition, but it's the hog on the flank as well. This is a comp that I know time and time again, and it just cyberbullies so much if your hog is good because they spend the whole round looking at your hog, and then nice hook though on the D.Va bomb to avoid that going into the team, but looks like Spud Hunter yet again early in the fight has been caught, but Diamondpack, they need to get to the payload, Toasty.
Yep, they need to get onto it. Can anyone actually do it? No, not another one. That's a second C9 we've had. Diamondpack felt a little bit generous. Felt like they'd give it back over to Drip Council after the previous map. Just a bit of a light-hearted generosity there. And Drip Council, they're tearing their way through this series now, this grand finals.
I can't believe I've seen two C9s and two maps in a row. This is so egregious. Great flux, by the way, from Spadicy here. All of the broad composition is stacked together, and it means they all get lifted. And the melody was just emphatic. Down they all go. They'd lost someone in the fight, but Spud Hunter was still alive with the damage boost, so goodbye Diamondpack. Drip Council there put themselves in a commanding 2-1 position. It is a first to 4, but that map... After Numbani as well, the way that goes, yes, Diamondpack did win it, but that map in particular, that's one that cracks the mental a little bit. So we need to see Diamondpack respond here, because right now, Drip Council, they could just honestly roll this same composition and see if Diamondpack can beat it, because at most, I think they're going to be able to squeeze another map win out of it. And hey, that puts them on match point.
It really does as well, and Drip Council, they... if with the dominance of that map, I would not be surprised to just straight up see them put up that kind of dominance for the next few maps. Even if it is Diamondpack's map pick, it is going to be extremely difficult to even win those maps, because Drip Council have, it's been Diamondpack's map pick for like a couple of maps already, and there still hasn't been much value coming out of that. I mean, I think Drip Council picked Rialto, the map before that was Numbani, and that was Diamondpack's pick, which didn't go well for them. So, well, no, it did go well for them, but not in the way you'd expect, right? They got the map, but not because they played extremely well, just because Drip Council C9, right? So the point here is that coming into the next few maps, I don't think the map pick even matters. I think Drip Council have the opportunity to just blitz it through and win this series pretty easily, if they keep up this kind of dominance.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what Diamondpack can do to get back in this series. It's just so sort of punishing for them. I think the hardest thing they're going to have to do is just sort of recollect their mental, because they clearly like and they clearly favour these compositions, and we've not really seen Mega Chad go off this Winston unless it's been absolutely needed to, and even then we didn't really get a fair crack of the Reinhardt. We didn't see how well Mega Chad's Reinhardt really was. And they lost the Brawl Mirror on Mecha Base as well, so that Reinhardt composition got a little bit rocked in these earlier maps as well. Right now, Drip Council, I think they just need to not do anything stupid. They need to not do anything silly. They just need to sort of take control and keep control. Just do the simple stuff. Do the good things well. If you see their Winston walk up, hook him, punish him. If you see if you see them on Reinhardt, take the off angles and do it correctly.
Yeah, absolutely, and we do have some statistics as well from the Ash of Drip Council in that round. I mean, Q-Late was just popping off, right? I'm sure you can attribute a lot of success to Spud Hunter, but Q-Late was still putting up a consistent performance. Might not be popping off with the final blows or the eliminations, all that lot, but the damage done is immense, the weapon accuracy is immense, scoped crit accuracy as well. I mean, 13%, that is still pretty good. Q-Late was, while it wasn't an amazing top-off player, still very crucial.
Yeah, absolutely. Q-Late had all the time in the world, don't get me wrong. It's why I always sort of have to take stats into context, by the way. If you guys have noticed, I'm always giving the context to the stats. Q-Late has had all the time in the world, but at the end of the day, you can lead the horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Q-Late still has to hit these shots, and the stats prove that they definitely are doing so. As we've said time and time again, very inflated because that map was dominant. But so far, hey, when your map is dominant and you win so comfortably, there needs to be a reason that you win so comfortably, and it's coming from the Hog, from the Sig, from both of the DPS, from everyone on Drip Council, to be fair, because the windows from Horizon were thick and fast as well. But definitely the tanks and the DPS from Drip Council doing enormous work. Sort of in rotation, it's always one of them being able to clutch over a fight, and when you've got 4 people who can sort of just flip a fight on its head, like momentarily, instantly, Diamondpack, it's worrying for them. It's going to be a really rough situation if they want to get into the rest of this. I believe now we're going to the worst game mode in the whole whole entirety of Overwatch. We're going to 2CP. Please, Blizzard. There was a debate yesterday from Samito, from SVB, from Flats about the state of Overwatch. I know, while I actually don't mind Volskaya, I think it's probably the best designed 2CP map. The mode itself is just trash. So
yeah,
I think it would be better for everyone if, whilst Overwatch 2 could potentially be light years away, we just slowly phase out 2CP from competitive play in tournaments. That's my one request. Every time I go on broadcast, I make it. I'm going to keep singing it until someone eventually listens. Hashtag remove 2CP. If you agree in the chat, I hate this game mode. It's awful.
No,
I don't have enough time, unfortunately, to do it without just completely clogging the microphone. So, what are your thoughts on TCP, actually, Toasty? Because I think your views are a bit different to mine.
I mean, it's a decent map type. It's one of my like, as much as other people don't like it for just the pure mechanics and how it works and how it's designed, I don't mind it, to be honest. I think it's an alright game mode. It depends on the map, if you ask me, right? Volskaya, specifically, is the one we're going up to next. That's, I think, my least favourite one. Anubis and Hanamura are alright. But yeah, I don't like Volskaya at all, so definitely... as well, I think for this prod team specifically as well, for everyone here at GGU, we had a bit of PTSD, and we're having a bit of PTSD now from it yesterday, because we did have Volskaya break like 3 times in a row on yesterday's Grand Finals game. So yeah, we had to restart the map like 3 times yesterday, which, if that happens today, I better not have jinxed it, okay?
Please not. Let's prage. Let's prage to all the base gods in the world.
Fingers crossed.
Volskaya doesn't break. I'm going to have to, speaking of break, my camera has broken, so I'm going to have to sort that out. And I'll get
You're all good, you're all
get
good.
that back to you in a second. Am I not, like, completely just illuminate?
Oh, no, yeah, you are bright. You are like a Cassidy flashbang.
Yeah, I really am. I'm going to have to sort that out. That's on my end, though, so don't worry, Prod. I'm going to have to sort that out as we get into this map. But who cares about my camera, like who Megalol asked, because we're getting into Volskaya. And now, for Diamondpack, you know, TCP, as I said, it's a very degenerate game mode, but when it's degenerate, it means that it can be exploited. And Diamondpack, we've seen that, I'm going to be honest, they're not quite up to the scratch that Drip Council have put on so far. 1 map win because of a C9 and 2 pretty dominant map wins that have come out from Drip Council. But when the map is degenerate, when the map is broken, when the game mode is broken, and why is it broken? It's just ultimates and ultimate snowball, guys. I'd explain it, but it'd take too long. But fundamentally, if you win first fight, you get more ultimates than your opponents into second fight, and then you just use all your ultimates to team wipe them, and then they have to rotate into you, which means that you just end up winning that next fight anyway. So there you go, 2CP in a nutshell. As I said, when the map is degenerate, you can break it, and that means that even the worst teams can take 2CP maps off good teams. So Diamond Pack, absolutely not the worst team. They've made it to our grand finals after going through the lower bracket, let's remember. So if there's any map for Diamond Pack fans to go all in on, it's absolutely this one. I believe Copium.
Yeah, let's hope so. I mean, Diamond Pack, they've got to kind of redeem themselves after that Rialto map. I do not see any way that they come back from the series if they do not win at Volskaya. There was a bit of scouting there, so they will swap over to now a... it looks like a regular dive comp. Okay, so they will be sticking on the Sombra. Oh no, they won't be sticking on the Sombra. It's Tracer Fara, so taking a page out of Spud Hunter's book, it appears.
Yeah, I would have actually liked the Sombra and the Echo, because Sombra Echo snowballs so incredibly well, and that's what you're going for. But finally, Medichad has had enough of the monkey, had enough of the raging scientist, and gone over to the funny hamster. On a list of things I hate, Wrecking Ball is still one of them. I really don't like this hero, but nonetheless I think it's the perfect one in the situation for Diamond Pack, because Drip Council, if they can play against Zeta Chad and Mega Chad, that sort of Chad duo in this Ball Farah pincer, then they're going to be money up in this series. But it looks like Zeta Chad going to be finding an entry angle. Here we go, let's see if they can find a pick on this Farah.
Yeah, Ball Comps and Diamond are quite inspirational, I'll tell you that much, as Diamond Pack, they are struggling. Zetachad's going to get taken down there, just pressured out constantly by Drip Council. You know, they have a Farah player, they know how to play against it, and there will be a freeze here onto the Mercy as well. Nano boost onto the Mercy, just to keep them alive. Sido, that is inspirational Ana play right there.
I think the shot was DM'd from Kev anyway, but Drip Council almost found themselves in a backseat because they'd lost that Diva mech. They tunneled onto the Faraday Spadici, and he'd gotten D-mech because of it. But now Diamond Pack just holding this choke point. So Drip Council, they need to reset. Oh no, the Sonic Arrow is so good. It's found both the Tracer and the Ball. So now Drip Council have got them. It looks like they'll be able to scout them and sort of disengage because of it. Diamond Pack are going to have to change rotation because they can't get away with this, surely.
Yeah, bomb comes through there from Kev too, deals a bit of damage, but nothing really gained from it. Horizon and Zetachad going to get traded out here, so no barrage to be had in this team fight, as Q-Late again gets a kill onto Sidar with the freeze, and another one onto Tarth as well, single-handedly just felling the back line. And now Drip Council are just completely stable. There's no way that Diamond Pack rotate into them at this point. Flores and Kev 2 are on minimal amounts of HP.
Yeah, great job from Drip Council though to just go for the backline. Q-Late says, you know what? If the 4 people above you are just going to completely leave you guys as support, I'm just going to blizzard you. You know what? Deal with it. 2 icicles in the face, 2 support down. Now Drip Council though, they are bone dry on ultimates bar the window. Unfortunately, the way Amplification Matrix works is it's going to hyper-accelerate some of these DPS ultimates. Diamond Pack, though, they swapped off. They had 4 ultimates, and then decided, no, we're on the better composition. We're going to swap over. We think this one is more suited for this situation. They've got the Maid, they've got the Reaper against the sort of half-spam, half-broad comp from Drip Council. So if they can find the Reinhardt as they do with Wall, could be really good. Evil Lurk has to die here.
Evil Lurk, though, going to drop the Shatter. Only catches Kev 2, however, as both Reinhardts are in a precarious position. Mega Chad will be the one getting taken down, however, as Horizon's Amp Matrix deals a lot of damage as well. Helps to take down Zeta Chad there. Horizon ends up following themselves, but that's just the nature of Reaper, right? You are going to get those stray kills here and there. You deal a lot of damage up close.
Yeah, and unfortunately, when he goes into the backline, Flores can't punish the front line. I think that might have been one of the reasons that Evil Lurk lived for as long as they did. I've just realised that it might be Evil Lurk, but I'm going to stick with my original pronunciation for the sake of continuity. 28 seconds left on the clock, by the way, as Diamond Pack's time bank has been drained yet again by Drip Council. They should be called Drain Council, the amount that they're doing this, as opposed to Drip. It's been a downpour of time and of fight wins for them. That's a Maywall and a prayer. Q-Late Blizzard goes in, and it's so good.
Yeah, that is a good Blizzard. Zones off the choke, forces Mega Chad to have to use that pin, and here we go. Spadici, Spud Hunter are just going to clean it up. The Reaper teleports onto the point, but Spud Hunter just completely destroys them. A nice 4k for Spud Hunter in that team fight. And the bomb is just going to zone some people off, but what people? I mean, there's no one there for Diamond Pack to touch. 0%, 0 points gained on Volskaya. And Drip Council, they've set themselves a pretty good win condition to go 3-1 in this series.
Yeah, Drip Council putting themselves in a prime position to go match point. Diamond Pack last 2 maps, no points gained. Full held on Rialto and full held on Volskaya here. Rubbing salt in the wound just a little bit, but Drip Council we really can't underestimate. We really cannot state enough how good Drip Cancel have been in these rotations. They've been playing a little bit off meta, a little bit sort of unoptimal compositions. They've sort of been playing that round. They played Rika on the Mercy instead of a Lucio, and they played a broad composition because of it. But the resurrections were so good. The damage boost onto Spud Hunter allowed him to hypercharge towards his ultimate, and those dragons were so effective, and they're getting away with it because that forward hold there, it was all about Q-Late and Eve Alert, because those May walls meant that MegaChad couldn't play the game. And as if MegaChad hadn't had enough pain from that last map as well. That poor main tank, Diamond Patch main tank right now, really not getting to play the game, and I really do feel for him, because main tank is a pain tank role anyway. It's absolutely pain tank, basically.
Yeah.
Basically, in today's meta anyway, you're either on a Orisa or you're on a tank that just gets one shot by a Reaper. So, unlucky, I guess. But yeah, Diamond Pack going out for the 6-man here on the defense. So, a very aggressive comp, considering they only need to give a tick. Let's hope they don't get C9 overextending onto the backline.
Yeah, we shall see here. I mean, Diamond Pack playing the Sombra Reaper. They're going to have to play hyper-aggressive into Drip Cancel to try and, well, do what they did before and take out Evil Look very quickly. But the Hog Diva is just so interesting to me, as MegaChad ends up falling regardless. Spud Hunter gets that kill. I mean, even if they don't win this team fight, they're going to win the next one, because it'll take so long for them to get back. Evil Look takes out the Reaper of Flores, and Diamond Pack are going to be forced to just skedaddle out of there if they can, but Kev2 taking a lot of damage on the exit. Now they'll be in that cubby and waiting for everyone else to engage. Drip Council being pretty careful about it, actually. Spud Hunter takes the high ground. Now gonna slowly, well, I say slowly, very quickly force away Zetachad on the Sombra there. The engage comes through from MegaChad from the off angle, but it's still Kev2 that ends up falling. Clyte on the Doomfist doing so much work there, and this should just end up being a team fight win for them. They'll take the map, making it 3-1 in this series, and they're on match point going into map 5. Honestly, there is no way that Diamond Pack comes back from this. I'm just going to say it now. There's so much dominance from Drip Council here.
I don't think so. Unfortunately for Diamond Pack, in that last fight, they overextended. No Reaper, it means no win. Bit of a coaching tip, I guess, for anyone listening in the chat. If you kill the Reaper, against 6-man, most of the time, you just win the video game. Flores on that Reaper went down so early, and it allowed Drip Council to just walk in, because no one else on the side of Diamond Patch does any damage in a sustained extended period against Drip Cancel. Drip Cancel have high ground control, they have cooldowns, they have resources, they have a Roadhog who can just hook any squishy in the game and one-shot him. So this Hog Sigma composition being a real danger. One of the best ways to beat it is 6-man, but unfortunately, as you said, even that composition has its counters. It's a very hard-won matchup for 6-man, but as I said, when you lose the Reaper, no win. We're going to get another stats board here. Let's see who's up. I
yeah, it will be the Baptiste here, Horizon. So definitely doing a good bit of work. You know, we've been mentioning Spud Hunter, Q-Late, the tank line for Drip Council, but in all reality, it is just the supports that have also been keeping everyone alive when they need to be, and also a good bit of damage done as well, right? I mean, Horizon is a damage dealer at heart. I've seen the past games of Horizon where they've got 3Ks, 4Ks just popped off in the middle of a team fight, rose to the occasion. And while that hasn't been happening this series because Spud Hunter and Q-Late have been taking up the mantle for that, Horizon is still putting up good damage numbers, good healing numbers, good weapon accuracy as well. I mean, 38% is pretty good considering most of your shots go astray as Baptiste.
Yeah, absolutely. I really think about Horizon, but you just got to remember that behind every good main tank or behind every good sniper, there is a support. Supports are so crucial to this game because of just your ability to overextend. You can make a Plat Reinhardt look like a GM Reinhardt with the right supports in mind, and Horizon absolutely doing this. It's not a very support-focused composition, this Hogsig double sniper, but if you can get a good Baptiste and a good Zenyatta, it sort of amplifies that tenfold. Why? Because Discord Orb, Lamp when your Hog can go on the off angle, amplification matrix behind a Sigma and a Hanzo is just the most disgusting thing ever. I don't think there's more damage in the game that can come through if you get discorded through window with Storm Arrows in an amplification matrix. That's definitely going to be one of the highest, if not the highest, damage per second in the entirety of Overwatch. And when you play Bap Zen or Bap Mercy, it's kind of a greedy comp line. You leave yourself vulnerable to the dive, but they've been positioned quite well. They've played back, they've capitalized off the fact that their tanks and DPS are doing so well, and it's almost snowballing them into more fight wins here. So good job for the supports of Drip Council. We've not really spoke about you guys too much, but don't worry, we know you're in the lobby and you're definitely making an impact.
Yeah, they are making an impact, to say the least. I mean, Horizon and Rika both doing extremely well for themselves and making a name for themselves in this series. Now, Drip Council, they are on match point in our intermediate grand finals. We'll be going to a short break here before we see if Drip Council can close it out, or if Diamond Pack are actually going to redeem themselves in the next few maps. Don't go anywhere.
When we were 15, I remember the car rides, small
Welcome back, everybody, to what could be potentially the final map of this Grand Finals series between Drip Council and Diamond Pack. Drip Council have put up a dominant performance in the previous half. 2 maps where they just completely rolled over the enemy team. They had a great time bank on Rialto, they full held on Volskaya, and now we're going into Lijiang, where they could potentially just keep on running some Hog Sig stuff. You know, you could see it on Garden, you could see it on potentially Night Market. And, they can just keep on playing their own game here. They played Hog Diva on Volskaya and still won, you know?
Yeah, but it really is just about in which way do Drip Council want to take their victory lap. It feels really harsh to say, but bar a completely egregious C9, Drip Council would already be far and away up in the sunset as your intermediate GGEU division champions, ladies and gentlemen. And whilst we will say that, we've got to give some credit to Diamond Pack, because this next map is probably going to be rough for them. That's what me and Toasty predict. But Diamond Pack have made an amazing lower bracket run to get to this finals. They were pretty close. I think the one map that they deserved to win probably was Numbani. If you could point to one map and say, yeah, you know, this is the one that you deserve to take, it was Numbani. The other ones, especially the last 2, weren't really close. So as we go into Lijiang, we shall see. Diamond Pack potentially could get back on with a broad composition, but I think if you're Diamond Pack, just go out with a bang, and hey, it's okay to lose in the finals to a better team. You've made it through the lower bracket. That's an achievement in itself. The whole point of the tournament is to get good and not necessarily to win. I mean, winning is cool, right? Let's not downplay winning. Like, you know, winning is very good. It's very pog. But go out with a bang, play something wacky, roll the dice. You never know. You could completely boom Drip Council and then reverse sweep, and that would be the biggest shock ever, I think. But I would bet a lot of money on Drip Council just closing out this map swiftly.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, Drip Council, they probably have the advantage going into this map, this final map, potentially, of the series, of the Grand Finals, but like you say, Diamond Pack, as long as they just play either what they want to play in terms of their comfort picks, or if they just, like, come up with some sort of insane counter composition to everything Drip Council play from here on out, either way, they just have to try their best coming into this final map, and if it works, it works, it doesn't, it doesn't.
And I think so. One thing that I've learned from my time sort of casting and coaching in these lower elos, Toasty, is that sometimes you have to play comfort if it's not working. I'm not quite sure how it is now, because I've been out of it for a while, but sort of without sounding too much like a boomer, back in my day, a lot of teams used to hard scrim meta and only meta. That was a time where the meta was way more warped, and it was only double shield, goats, or dive, for example. Now you can play a little bit of everything. And as you see the comp diversity here, it's going to be spam comp with Brawl versus just complete all-in. And it looks like the spam composition of Diamond Pack got themselves out to a great start. There we go. The Sim, the Junk come in, and they take the first map as quick as you like. That's the first fight. Huge for them. That's so important for them.
Yeah, it's brilliant actually for Diamond Pack, because they have this initial cap, they can really spam out from different angles, they can get the Sigma set up in one angle with a Junkrat, there's some Metro can break down shields. Spud Hunter swapping onto the Farah though, so like you say, comfort picks. Yeah,
it is going to be a comfort pick. Farah on this point is, I would say pretty bad, but when you see no Diva, and the only hitstone on the side of Diamond Pack is the Baptiste, it might just be crazy enough that it works. If there's anyone in this tournament that could do it, you'd probably say that it is Spud Hunter. So here we're going to see the Potato Bird in the sky, looking to rain down on the off angles, and he's provided a great one to really suppress Medichad once again. This poor Reinhardt from Diamond Pack, man, he's not being allowed to even walk forward at this point.
Yeah, look at that, though. They are rotating around the side, looking to potentially walk onto Q-Late or Evil Lurk, but no, they're coming straight back onto the point. They're going right into the face of the Farah here. As Spud Hunter's building up towards that barrage, and now Matrix from both sides, in fact, but this tie could be huge. Zetachad coming through for it, but nothing gained. Instead, it is Kev2 getting a couple kills. Spud Hunter and Q-Late are going to fall. Rika can't even res that because of the position in which they died, and Diamond Pack are still stable here. They can still hold this corner, spam out. They're going to walk forward as well, potentially onto that Sigma, but no, they choose not to.
Yeah, they live to fight another day. They keep control of the objective. It's a Sigma male play from the Sigma of Kev2. Gets hooked by Evil Lurk and says, you know what? Sigma male rule number 5. If you hook me, I kill your team. They've sped straight in. They found Horizon, who wished the lamp doesn't manage to fall inside of his own immortality field. And with one ultimate used, Diamond Pack keep that ball, that momentum rolling.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, look at this. Kev2 just zoning off. Q-Late ends up getting that kill, and really, it's just Spud Hunter single-handedly 1v6ing now at this point, has to back up. You almost see them getting taken down by the Baptiste there, but Sidar will not be able to get that kill.
Nope, and as we set up in potentially final fight territory, Diamondback have got so many good ultimates. They've got the Sim Wall to go against the Barrage. They've got both defensive ultimates. Diamondback could win here.
Yeah, here's potentially the, well, I say potentially the barrage here from Spud Hunter. They're not going to choose to use it. Instead, they're going to end up dying anyway. Spud Hunter and Q-Late are going to fall, as well as Spadices. So that was, they had so many ultimates, but they didn't get a chance to use half of them. 3 players who had ultimates died for Drip Council. Yeah. Now Horizon's going to end up, well, having to come back from spawn later on in the team fight. There was that flip, but Diamondback are still looking consistent here. Kev2, though, quite low in HP, has to be immortalityed up and kept alive, and Spud Hunter going to return from spawn pretty promptly. There's the shatter. Mega Chad catches a couple. Now the barrage comes through. Spud Hunter catches 2 with it, and this is potentially where they flip the team fight over. Drip Council looking to come back into things. Look at that. I mean, somehow Diamondback are still into it. Zetachad is going to take out Horizon. Q-Late is going to fall as well, and it looks like they will be completely okay to flip this one back over.
Yeah, so Kev2 will fall there to his own spheres, but that was the only thing that killed him this entire map. Kev2, this map was Kev1. Kev Alpha. That Sigma was so good for Diamondback, and absolutely the main reason. As the clock ticks down, it strikes midnight, and the melody of Kev2 was just so good. That was a great Sigma performance from Kev2. As an off-time player myself, you love to see it, but the tanks of Diamondback, so good that map. Kev on that off-angle provided so much pressure, and just picked apart piece by piece, little by little, slowly but surely, that Drip Council. And the reason that Drip Council couldn't walk in was because of the off-angle that Kev and Flores made. So good. Zeta Chad comes up with a nice pair in that final fight as well. But yeah, Diamondback, should be good for their mental. I really want them to come back in this series and potentially make this map close at least. We talked about a victory parade for Drip Council, but hey, every win has to be earned. Diamondback are not ready to die just yet.
And they're playing the Bulldozer composition. I remember seeing this a few months back as just a kind of composition that Diamond and Plat teams were playing, because, hey, throw in your Monkey and your Doomfist and put your Rhine on another angle and you're good, right? Yeah. Engage from 2 different angles and pincer it, and that's the idea behind it. Diamondback, it's going to be a Doomfist versus a Doomfist matchup, but Clyde is already caught out, gets taken down there. Flores as well is going to get traded, so Spud Hunter in the back looking to equalize as they take down the immortality, but there's just so much aggression. Diamondback, they know what to do against Drip Council now. They just take down the front line immediately, and they'll come back and really deal with Spud Hunter now, hopefully.
Geez, Diamondback look like a completely transformed team overnight. They've gone from being passive and sort of unprogressive. They've gone from being scared to just being complete W key, balls to the wall, just send it. Diamondback have ran straight into them. They've not cared that Spud Hunter is behind them, the problem man for Drip Council to say that. Zetachad gets hooked, but he's got two cooldowns. He's absolutely fine.
Yeah, completely fine, and talking about completely fine, look at that engagement. Immortality has to be used by Horizon, and Spud Hunter's going to get taken down. So many resources just out of the fight here for Drip Council, as the Ant Matrix as well does enough work here to clean up onto the remaining members of Drip Council. I mean, Drip Council somehow are actually kind of behind now in the series, right? It feels like they have been the ones getting rolled the entire time.
Yeah.
As the team fight just ends up raging on just for some stagger kills here. And Diamondback are looking good.
Yeah, and these longer fights absolutely benefit Diamondback because they just get to build these ultimates as they're winning. Drip Council bone dry on ultimates, bar the window. They've made a swap over, but Diamondback, 46% left. They're going to get close to beat from Toth any second now, but these 4 ultimates to go from Diamondback, they're not the most valuable in the world, but the massive ult advantage means that if Diamondback don't ink, they could potentially get themselves a 2-0 here.
Oh well, Mega Chad is going to get taken down there. In fact, a bunch of ultimates used here. 3, in fact, for Diamondback to try and equalize. Q-Light does manage to catch out the Cassidy, but it's still looking good here for Diamondback. They get the Primal Rage kill onto Evil Lurk, as well as a kill onto Spud Hunter. And now we're looking at one-fight territory for them, and they have a stagger onto the Diva. Spadicy falls late.
The pack looks so strong here. Diamondpack doing such a good job of staving off this map and the aggression that Drip Council have come in. They look like a completely transformed team. They've woken up, as I say that. Sidar falls, so finally this could be the window where Drip Council gets back momentum in this series. But that's a great slam from Mega Chad.
Yep, there we go, Mega Chad doing a little bit of an MTD there, taking down Evil Lurk, Horizon Falls as well. You've got your main brawl players gone out of the fight now for Drip Council, and they're just going to 1-by-1 fall. Diamond Pack, they really came back into this with a vigor. I mean, they are dominating as it stands, as Kalite does end up falling there. It'll be Spadicy to follow it. It's just the stall here is coming back now for Drip Council, but it is complete and utter futility. Diamond Pack are not ready to lose this series just yet. They catch another map. They're going to be bringing it to 3-2, potentially 3-3 if they continue the way they're going as well. Yeah. This is insane.
The comeback is on. Pack by name, pack by nature. It was a mob mentality for Diamond Pack because they just sent it into the team of Drip Council. They played at an excellent tempo. They played with aggression. They played with no fear. And you know what? Drip Council weren't ready for it. They were just hoping that the wolf would roll over and die. They'd already put one spear through the heart. They were hoping that it would just impale itself on the head as well. That's a really violent analogy, actually. Holy, never mind. I was trying to make wolf hunting analogies. Nonetheless, Diamond Pack absolutely sent it. They went full W key, and they got rewarded because that. We talked about, maybe Numbani, they deserve to win that one. There is no amount of copium in the world that can convince you that Drip Council were anywhere close to winning that map. That was dominant from Diamond Pack, and now we're going to get the Cassidy, the Gunslinger, the Van Helsing for Diamond Pack, I believe. And here we go. Flores has been a thorn in Drip Council's side slowly but surely, and it was a massive thorn. He was a pike this map.
Yeah, I mean, look at that weapon accuracy, 54%. For Diamonds, that's pretty good. I know most Diamond players have maybe 40 to 50%. So Flores has definitely been popping off, definitely contributing to the success of Diamond Pack here. And as well, something that is kind of invisible on the stat card is how well those flashbangs were being used, right? You saw Q-Late come out on the Doomfist, but Flores was constantly dealing with that Doomfist extremely well, getting the flashes through, and that's, you know, Cassidy's main utility. You deal damage, and then you get flashes onto flankers. Worked brilliantly.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think it's just something that they needed to do. Q8 was such a problem and could potentially be such a problem against that composition. Because there was no way for them to cover any damage. There was no defense matrix, no bubbles. There was only a lamp that could come through, but everyone knows how good Doomfist is against Baptiste. And if you don't, he's very, very good. So you're really relying on the Cassidy to keep that Doomfist in check. And it meant that Kev 2 popped off. You know, everyone on Diamond Pack. Megachad had his moment as well with that 3k going straight into the backline of Drip Council. And now, how are they going to respond? Because obviously Drip Council, I believe they get map pickers are going to be moving over to a hybrid map. But you can't pick Numbani again. You probably don't want to send it to King's Row after that. So Eichenwald, Hollywood, like what's left on the table for Drip Council? Let's find out. They tried the Wacky on Lijiang, and I think Diamond Pack, they've probably just played that map too many times, like every scrim team has. Anyone that's scrimmed has played Lijiang too many times. So
unironically, I think they pick Blizzard World here. I think Drip Council go balls to the wall and pick Blizzard World because you play the Hog Sigma. There's so much high ground control on first and second point.
Hollywood.
Just play it.
That or Hollywood. Eichenwald potentially a little bit of tomfoolery.
Hollywood is also good.
But Hollywood and Eichenwald, these second points are very, very holdable. On Eichenwald, you can hold gate. On Hollywood, you just hold on these sort of movie sets. You hold in Saloon and you hold on the other side. So Hollywood and Eichenwald are almost 2Ps in the same pod. They're sort of 2Ps in two different pods on the same plant, if you get me. They're very, very similar. So, nonetheless, it's something that Drip Council, we've seen these compositions that they like to play. I think it's going to be an absolute pain for second point attack if they want to play Farah, because you can just stick hit stands up there.
Havana.
Flores has gone in, but it's not even the right game mode. Half of my map losses come from this map. Please, for the love of God, nerf Havana. Havana Unana, like half of my games are on Havana. Every time I load up to comp, I feels like I play 5 games. I play Oasis, I play Anubis, I play Havana, and then I play Kingdra or Lijiang, and then I play a map that I've not played in like 4 seasons, it feels like. Havana, actually I've come to kind of like Havana a bit more as the meta on it has evolved. It used to just be double sniper ball. Now you can play rush, you can play double shield, whatnot, but I think you'll agree, Toasty, this map absolutely benefits Drip Council because of their hero pool.
Absolutely, they get to play the Hog Sigma. They can play Orisa Sigma if you know that the situation calls for it. Worst comes to worst, if they're defending first, they're gonna end up playing some kind of maybe Rush, Rhine, Sigma, Spawn Camp, and then swap the Rhine to a Hog. That seems very viable because then you keep the Flux Charge in the Spawn Camp. Like, that is at least a decent plan, I think, for Drip Council to go with coming into this map of Havana. And I think, you know, I think either way, no matter what comp you play, you have to Spawn Camp just for the time buy. I think that is a genuine
agreed.
strategy that will be played regardless.
And even if the Spawn Camp doesn't go well, at the very most, you do bleed a fight of ultimate charge over. But then the H key is almost always stronger than the Q key. So if you play a Brawl composition, and then they play a comp that beats Brawl, which is most of the time a spam composition, then you either go over to a better spam composition, or you play a dive composition for your recontest, and then they have to comp swap. So it's almost playing like sort of composition Pokemon here, just trying to swap and get the... Yeah, it's rock, paper, scissors. Composition Pokemon is... I mean, yeah, it's how Pokemon types work, but rock, paper, scissors is, you know, the old, tried, true, and tested. But I think for Diamond Pack, you should absolutely do it, because you never know. You can full hold against spam compositions if you play it right. Just the minute you see both their tanks, run at them. And Diamond Pack did an excellent job of that on Lijiang. So who knows, this map is not a foregone conclusion, although I think it definitely heavily favours Drip Council.
It really does, and I think Diamond Pack, if anything, they should not play dive here, okay? That has not worked for them at any point during this series, other than a tiny bit on the final point in Umbani. I don't think that's what they play here, and it isn't. They're going to go for this, they're going to be defending first, so won't be Drip Council defending first, it'll be Diamond Pack defending first, and they'll be playing the Spawn Camp with the Brawl. I think this is perfect.
Flores on the Cassidy, who did a great job of it last map. Diamond Pack going for a little bit of a different composition. Kev 2. It's definitely faulted mostly on the Diva today. It looked exceptional on the Sigma. So honestly, I think they could have played Sigma here. It definitely makes Pharmacy a bit more potent to your team composition. But yeah, it's all about, I think, Vita Chad and Mega Chad this map. The two Chads of Diamond Pack really going to have to come up big here, because their cooldowns are so vital. And there we go, Wall comes in, perfect first wall. Evil Lurk puts himself in the blender and gets absolutely squashed. Hug Smoothie you go, and back to the spawn.
Yeah, pork smoothie happening there. A bit of cannibalism, I think, from Diamond Pack's side here. But this spawn camp, yeah, I mean, you can just wall someone off and walk on them, right? And there's nothing that can be done. Drip Council can't hide in their spawn forever, can they? They can't really fire at anyone on Diamond Pack outside of their spawn. And there's the wall that comes through. It doesn't actually catch anyone, though. But Drip Council is still playing it carefully. They do not want to overstep. They know what will happen if they do that. But it does seem as if they're going to be forcing everyone in Diamond Pack back around this corner, forcing them to the other side of the spawn room. This is not a good position to be in whatsoever, but they're going to have the Arm Matrix. They're going to round the corner with that potentially. And it should just force some people away from the payload if they use it effectively. There's a hook, though, takes out Sidar, and it will be Mega Chat falling as well. Drip Council, they're just banging this one through.
Yeah, they got a little bit confused there. They got a little bit stunned. They were dazed. They were left sort of wolves without meat. There was nothing for them to go on. They starved, and unfortunately Drip Council just swung around that corner, even against the application matrix from Sidar. Sidar forgot about the piggy of Evil Lurk, and down they went. But there we go. As I said, Diamond Pack go for the H key, and they fully comp swap. So now they've gone over to a double shield composition. I think Drip Council aren't going to mind this swap too much, but they're going to have a hell of a time rotating into here, because rotating into a team as double shield is really hard, and rotating against a Gravitic Flux, that's even harder.
Yeah, here we go with the Gravitic Flux. It's going to be comboed with a Dragon Strike. That could be massive, but it is Evil Lurk and Spadicy that still fall first. Diamond Pack are looking good in this team fight, but there we have it. The Cassidy of Q-Late actually clutching up, taking down Kev 2. And Drip Council should keep on pressing this forward. They use the High Noon to take out Flores, and it's looking like they'll cap up first point here. Yeah,
some nice play from the Gunslinger. Q-Late tells them to Cassidy on these. I can't finish that full one, it's probably not broadcast friendly, but nonetheless, there's a pun in there somewhere. Great play from Q8 on the Cassidy. Just puts 2 in the dome of Diamond Pack, and down they go. That gives them the point unlocked. Unfortunately, they now have to rotate into this double shield composition on the defense, so it makes it a little bit harder, but yet again, like, they've got Transcendence to do it, so it's going to be interesting. They have to force this trance early if you're Diamond Pack, because otherwise I think Drip Council can just walk on you with that Zenyatta ultimate. Great first pick though, Split Hunter finds Star.
I mean, you call it a first pick, that is just a pretty much team wipe there. I mean, Spudicey and Spud Hunter, the two Spuds cleaning everything up for the team there, immediately winning the team fight for them. I mean, what more can you say?
Yep, and it just means that Diamond Pack now have to comp swap. They're going over to the Medichad Winston moment. Oh, the Winston incident. Once again, they've made the comp swap and they've gone over. Okay, so Kev 2.
The Bulldozer comp.
Okay, Bulldozer comp into this. I don't think he's good. I think I would have played Sombra instead of the Doomfist because of the incoming Hog Hook that's going to come by from Evil Lurk. But I like that Diamond Pack has swapped because clearly, hey, if it's broke, fix it.
Yeah, and Spud Hunter, I mean, gets taken down immediately. What a dive. Zetachad just rolling out into Spud Hunter. Will be Evil getting a kill off of the side or with the Whole Hog, forcing the enemy Reinhardt back as well. But that pin will come through, allows the hook to happen. Evil takes him down. Even though Q-Late has been traded out, it still looks advantageous for Drip Council here as they'll begin rolling forward. Tarth just unfortunately gets sliced apart by the Dragon Strike there. And here we go, second point cap coming through.
Yeah, that sort of Dragon Strike on his tour of Havana means that unfortunately Tarth cannot speed his team back on the Lucio in time. He's got a walk-through window. This is such a clever window from Horizon, and it's bought his team second point. Yeah, it is. Bought his team second point because of it. They had to deal with it. I think if they'd have gone on the off-angle with Spudicey, I think it would have been even better. But the swing was dangerous. Nonetheless, they get rewarded with second point. And now Diamond Pack, well, they're in a staggered situation. They need to find as many picks as they can and get out.
Yeah, and there's a kill onto Spudicey, so Drip Council are still looking a little bit lost in this team fight, as again Rika does fall, so the pick advantage out of their favour, but Evil Lurk still exists, still ever present in this team fight, as is Q-Late, and they will get 2 kills between them. Flores and Tarth gonna fall. We mentioned this earlier on in the series, but Tarth falling a lot in these team fights is very unfortunate, and Evil Lurk cleans up for 2k there. I mean, Drip Council still look unstoppable, even if they lost a map.
Yeah, they do, and it looks like they're closing it out slowly but surely. The things that happened on Rialto and Volskaya are starting to come back in. Diamond Pack are looking lazy and sloppy with these rotations. Tarth, Sidar, Zitachad, these guys are getting picked off early in the fight, and it's meaning that this Hog and Sig can take over in these 1v1s against the DPS. This is going to be a shield timing straight from Q-Late. That's so good.
Yeah, that is brilliant from Q-Lite. Catches 3 kills with the help of that high noon flux combo. Good stuff, helps them rush this payload forward again. They're going to have a brilliant time bank coming into this third point, and they might even be able to cap with it. They have an Ant Matrix, they've got a Dragon Strike coming up soon, and Diamond Pack only have to rely on Zetachad.
Yeah, and Zetachad's ultimate, it's not going to be a fight winner. It's just the Doomfist ultimate. What it is going to be a fight winner is Horizon's window. It was a little bit adventurous with it last time, I do admit, but having this long sightline here means that Horizon can just sit all the way back and window whenever necessary. Zetachad goes for the assassination and doesn't quite manage to find Rika, but luckily Kev 2 there to clean up.
Yeah. Trays on both sides as Kev 2 goes a little bit overextending there. Horizon gets 2 kills through the Ant Matrix. And, I mean, there was an attempt there at a slam, but Mega Chow just gets forced back. A nice Dragon Strike from Spud Hunter to make sure no follow-up could occur. And it should just be a cap coming through. Drip Council will end up peeling for Mega Chad in the back there. Diamond Pack are going to recontest with whatever they can, to be honest. Zetachad's going to come back. They have the Doomfist ultimate if they really want to make something happen or stay alive. But no, they can't. They get hooked up in the midst of it. And this should just be a cap coming through. There's no way that anyone survives in the face of Drip Council. But there is a beat. Tarth manages to get that through. Whole Hog will now have to come through from Evil Lurk to try and force people back. And that Transcendence from Rika will keep everyone alive and healthy on Drip Council. And yeah, eventually, despite all the stalling, this should just be a cap. But no, there's 2 kills here. Diamond Pack could be turning things around. The Baptiste is there, keeping people alive. Cedar somehow keeping the Cassidy alive and strong on the point. But there is kills coming through. Drip Council, slowly but surely, will make their way onto the cap.
Yep, they're going to take it, and why? Because the tanks of Drip Council stayed alive for this entire thing. Both DPS fell at some point. And there we go, finally they've managed to remove Spudicey, but I think it's too little, too late. Drip Council's control and stick on this objective with the Hog, with the Sig, was so good. It's not the most sustainable comp in the world, but what Sig and Hog do is they just win the 1v1s, and both of them able to find so many picks with the Rock, with the Hook, respectively. And it meant that Diamond Pack, whilst they got picks onto the DPS and supports, they were never able to overwhelm and dislodge the tanks, and the tanks of Drip Council, all about it, and it's problematic. I think it's one of the reasons we're going to 5v5, because Drip Council lost basically everyone in terms of that fight at similar stages apart from their tanks, and their tanks just did so much heavy lifting for them that they were able to stay on the objective and buy up so much space and generate so much picks as well, so it was almost a two-man army from Evil Lurk and Spadicy, but hey, they stuck it out to the end, and they get themselves a 1 minute time bank left. Diamond Pack did a pretty decent job draining it, I will admit. I believe they rolled into that final fight with 2 minutes 30 left, so they managed to drain just over half of it. But on the defense here, I'm sure they don't mind about the time bank, because Drip Council now, with this comp, with these angles on this defense, should probably be able to get a hold in. Havana First is going to be so hard to break against this composition if they play it correctly. It's going to be like a war on 5 fronts for their inevitable broad composition that comes out from Diamond Pack here.
Yeah, absolutely. Diamond Pack have to... Well, honestly, there's going to be no spawn camp here from Drip Council, which is a bit surprising, but I think it's reasonable considering the composition they're playing. They're going to put Q-Late on the Widowmaker as well, which I think is a nice adaptation to have going into this. You can just control this along sightline. Diamond Pack have to be really careful not to just get hit by a random shot or a stray arrow from Spud Hunter or Q-Late.
Yep, definitely. And I think if Diamond Pack, if it's not working for the Diva of Kev 2, you could potentially play Hog here. Hook, pulled pork. There we go. We get the pulled pork. Pulled pork, I think, actually quite a decent answer against Drip Council. Why? Because you can just pull in one of these tanks that's being annoying. Both of them got really key cooldowns that you can cancel with the hook. That's the grasp, and that's the take a breather. But Mega Chad peaks above the payload, and Q-Late does about 300 damage with one headshot. That's balanced, by the way. Down the Orisa goes. Res is forced.
Yeah, you can't pull if there's no Orisa there to pull, but there we have it. Evil are going to get yoinked in towards the payload. Actually, completely safe and healthy, though. Going to deal a lot of damage in there. Mega Chad going slowly, ever so slowly down as Kev 2 falls there, so Drip Council's looking like they're in advantage here as well as Cedar. I mean, there's nothing that can be done right now by Diamond Pack. They're being massacred right down that line. There has to be a different rotation. You cannot just go straight ahead against a Hanzo, Widowmaker, Sigma, Baptiste, Zen, every hero.
you only have one shield from Mega Chad, and you can't really stack behind it because the shield on this sort of low ground here, this little slope, means that both DPS from Drip Council can shoot over the high ground here. Q8's actually gone over to the Cassidy now, and that means they've got a little bit less pressure onto Mega Chad that can come from those headshots. But speaking of pressure, Drip Council committing the farm, and Spud Hunter, sorry, finds like 3 with the Dragon Strike.
Drip Hunter.
Drip Hunter, yeah, Drip Hunter. So I was about to say Drip Council's Hanzo. But, I mean, this guy is absolutely hunting this map. The Hanzo's so good on this off angle. I don't know what Diamond Pack can do to beat this. Double shield, swapping off the Hog, probably the good idea because you need coverage, but your window Dragon Strike here, it potentially might be a monkey see, monkey do imitation, sort of imitation game for Diamond Pack. I think they just have to sort of go with window Dragon Strike.
Yeah, here we go. I mean, the Transcendence will deny all the value that comes from that. Even the Matrix can't do too much, but there we go. Evilix gonna fall even through the Transcendence from Rika, and that'll be Diamond Pack cracking this one open now. Drip Council still want to invest, though. The Sigma gonna be using the flux, but they get taken down before they can slam them down to the ground. That is unfortunate. A bit of a weird ultimate investment, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, I think it's very weird, and it's also very punishing, because Spadicy dies with that ultimate, and I don't really know, because that would have been a great one to retake. This comp, as we've said time and time again, Drip Council's comp does struggle to retake. Yes, you have the off angles of the pig, but that flux from Spadicy would have allowed them to walk in and potentially recontest here. Now, I think they're just going to have to give and let go, because all they're going to do in this fight is likely bleed ultimate charge bar and miracle.
Yeah, Kev 2, though, does end up falling, so it's a 1-for-1 trade, and with the tank line gone, Diamond Pack are kind of struggling a little bit, as Q-Late has to use that high and noon to equalize things, as, you know, there was an attempt from Zetachad to clutch up, didn't quite happen, and the DPS line, as always, ever present for Drip Council, and now we're looking at a position where Drip Council are pretty much a team fight and a half away from winning the Grand Finals here, Jace.
And there you go, 47 seconds left. They've got to go into the flux again of Kev 2, and it was so good last time, but Spud Hunter's Dragons this entire series have been big, so they're not going to be too worried about that. The pick-based composition found the picks in the fight. The DPS of Drip Council have been so good this entire series. And Evil Lurk gets the pick, so that's no flaw. The Dragon Strike comes in as well. Drip Council taking their victory lap here in the final 26 seconds.
Yeah, Drip Council as well. They're drawing out this team fight. They're getting some late picks off. Cedar does manage to trade onto Q-Late, but it isn't enough here for Diamond Pack. The Transcendence will keep everyone healthy for Drip Council, and the later this goes, the worse the stall is going to be. Diamond Pack are going to have to swap heroes to even get onto this payload, as Mega Chad goes over to the Reinhardt as their stall pick. Flores onto the Tracer. Kev 2 gets taken down late though, and it doesn't look like they'll be able to touch there. Drip Council in pretty dominant fashion close out the intermediate grand finals. They are your GGEU Season 8 champions of this division.
Yeah, Drip Council, the duck wears the crown. It's all Gucci for Drip Council. They take it 4-2 in some dominant map wins towards the end as well. That was another full hold for Drip Council. Commiserations to Diamond Pack. Excellent, excellent Lijiang game, and one that's unfortunately going to be erased by the history books because of the victory that Drip Council got here today. Diamond Pack, I think, were worthy second place, but congratulations to Drip Council. Very, very well deserved in the end. Fantastic, all of them, the entire series. They are your champions. Congrats to them. Congrats to everyone working in the staff, the subs, the background. Nonetheless, you're all a very important piece of this Drip jigsaw. And yeah, there you go. Drip Council, you're worthy, deserved Season 8 intermediate champions.
Yeah, and it's absolutely amazing too. You know, they get their revenge on Diamond Pack from the regular season. You know, Drip Council did come from the upper bracket and kind of beat all the opponents Diamond Pack also had to beat to get here, but still, I mean, Drip Council, it was a hard-fought victory. Diamond Pack put up a brilliant performance towards the latter half of Noon Barney. Like you say, that Lijiang was also very good for them. You know, like you say, commiserations to Diamond Pack here for putting up a brilliant performance, giving us an excellent grand finals, but Drip Council, they come out on top in the end here. And we'll take a little bit of a look as well at the statistics from the Baptiste of, well, both sides, in fact. But it is clear to obviously see that Horizon was just a much more bloodthirsty support, we'll say that much.
Absolutely. Just the difference in healing, and in healing was overstated by the difference in damage. And Horizon, hey, yes, 8.5k healing per 10, but his team weren't taking damage. And that allowed him to just DPS 4k, over double damage more. Better weapon accuracy. Horizon was great today. 32 eliminations. God, Havana wasn't even close, was it?
No, not at all, and Drip Council, they really figure things out towards the end, you know. They kind of slipped up on Lijiang, but off of the back of Horizon, the tank line specifically as well, you know, Evil Lurk and Spadici, those two players were just playing excellently throughout that entire series, throughout the 6 maps that were kind of grueling for Drip Council. But there we have it. You see the 4 little Donald Duck Drip logos scattered across the board, and they will be, of course, the champions off of the back of that. What a brilliant performance from both squads, though, Jace. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not too. I think if you're a Diamond Pack fan, you're not too disappointed. It's unfortunate the way that they managed to go out in the end. I think those last 3 maps that Drip Council won were very, very dominant. It was a different story on Lijiang, and I thought there was a little bit of copium they could inject, but Drip Council's composition, just something that I think is really hard to beat at this level because of just the exceptional pick potential that the composition has. Fights take longer in the elo, people miss position a bit more, and that comp, Sig, Hog, Hanzo, Ash, Tracer, Cassidy, it just punishes people mispositioning so well. And unfortunately, Diamond Pack just almost victims of their own failures today. They were their own downfall at times, but let's not take any credit away from Drip Council because, as we said, that fight, they wasted the flux, did Spadici, but the DPS of Drip Council backed him up, bailed him out, and secured that all-important fight-winning dub for their team. Congratulations to Drip Council. I think unless we've got interviews coming in, that's going to be it. No. That's going to be it. So thank you guys so much for watching. This was not quite a one-sided series, but definitely deserved winners. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, I post very average memes. And sometimes I post coaching content, whatever. Definitely go follow Toasty because I'm pretty sure Toasty's here all the time.
Yeah, pretty much.
ToastyCon Butter in the Twitter. Thank you guys so much to all of the staff and production in the background as well. You guys were all amazing. This was so much fun. And I'll be around again. Take care, everyone. Stay safe. Still in a pandemic, but as life returns to normal, you love to see it. Let's all pray that Overwatch 2 comes in and saves us because, holy, we all need it.